What's up, sports fans? Back. Speak your mind, sports talk. All right. Yep. Here we go. Y'all already know. Tyson Fury is ducking Deontay Wilder. Yep. That's the new narrative, guys. That is the new narrative. Compliments of your guy, boxing ego. This is his understanding of the situation. So that's the new narrative that's created. And as usual, when Boxing Ego puts out a silly narrative, you have a lot of other silly channels that jumps on the bandwagon with the silly narrative. And here we go. So I'm starting to hear this, and I've actually heard it on a couple of channels. That idiot ITV would jump on the bandwagon with narratives like this, and so no need for me to start shouting out a whole bunch of channels. You guys surf around, you'll see it. It's out there. But anyway, so the new narrative is Tyson Fury is ducking Deontay Wilder. So I just put the link in the chat for anybody who'd like to come up and join the conversation. Let me see what we got in the building right quick. We got Big Dan in the building. He said, yes, because if there's anyone who needs to duck, it's the person who beat up. Yeah, exactly. Right. He beat him up for 7 rounds, but he's ducking him. Right. He got up from his best punch, but he's ducking him. Okay. Check out my video on Boxing Ego on my channel. Oh, yeah. Okay. I got you, Sam Britt. We'll do. We'll do. I have to wait 30 minutes. Yeah, man. I was actually over on Boxing Logic United channel, and it slipped time, bro, because we was talking Teofimo Lopez. You guys know how I get, and Lomachenko. So I slipped the time. I looked up. I was like, holy shit, I gotta dip out, Myron. So BK in the building. What's up, Fury? Already ducked Wilder around 50 times in 2 fights. Whoop, whoop. Yeah. The Dulce squad. Yeah, man. It's crazy. Fury beat him twice. Why should he have to fight again? I know. I don't even really want to see the fight again, Pinhead, to tell you the truth. But, we're stuck with it because Fury did sign a contract and give Wilder a rematch. So, whatever. I don't want to see it either. Carlos Mendoza, what's up? Chin Smoke. John Daly, what's good, John Daly? Appreciate you coming through. Been a while, buddy. He said, if Wilder really wants this fight, why hasn't he been training? Why hasn't he failed to confirm a fight date within the term of the rematch clause? John, I just wish that the Wilder fans and Fury haters would ask themselves that question. That's the thing. They should ask themselves that question. Ducking Wilder. Ali School do twice easy work. Shit, although Waleem did better against Fury than Deontay Wilder. Than facts. I mean, facts. But I don't know because Carlos, you got to admit, he did put Fury down in that first fight. He put him down twice, but he put him down in the 12th round. So it is what it is, man. It is what it is. But although Waleem did cut him real good and have Fury avoid getting the fight stopped and boxing him. So he had him in more trouble, but I think Wilder hurt him more. We'll have to say that Wilder hurt Fury. What's up,
What's up, Bo? What's up, D? I'm on a ride along. What's poppin'? What's going on with you? What you cooking on this morning?
All right. I'm gonna just put you on and off mute because you got the echo going on. All right. So this is what we got. This is what we got, fam. Boxing Ego puts out. Oh damn. Well, come back in, Boone. I think you went out by accident. But Boxing Ego put out a video, Boone, saying that Tyson Fury is ducking Deontay Wilder. So that's the discussion. Then a couple of channels jumped on the bandwagon, So hi, I'm busy, D. Wow, I'm shocked. Yeah, I know, Brian. It's crazy stuff. Thanks for listening in, fam. Lance Myers, what's up? What's up with you, my man? Yeah. So back to it, guys. Back to it. Make sure I catch up. Okay, good. It's only you guys in the chat, so I'm gonna try to keep caught up with it. But so yeah, boom. And I know you're probably still listening in. That's what we're talking about this morning. So um look, when Fury went and signed the contract with ESPN, right? People say he ducked Deontay Wilder. I hate that. I said, okay, you can call that a duck because he did go to chase the money. He was, he ducked. Okay, whatever. You can say that he ducked. Fine. He went and chased the money. He locked down that contract, so he did what he had to do for his career. But call it a duck, whatever. He ducked the fight. So if he ducks a fight, he ducks a fight. It's not about being this super Fury protector or any of that. But boxing ego has nothing valid to back up Fury ducking Wilder. All of that nonsense that he's talking about, he doesn't know what's going on with the contract. I don't even know where these guys get their information from. If they just make this stuff up as they go along. If Fury ducked the fight, I would easily say he ducked the fight because Fury does a lot of crazy things. Okay, it would be easy to see if Fury ducked the fight. Fury didn't duck this fight with Wilder, and he has no purpose to duck a fight with Wilder. It's a big payday for a tune-up for Joshua. Because at this point, that's how I look at Wilder. He's a tune-up for Fury right now. He's a Tyson Fury tune-up to get ready for Joshua. A stay busy fight. He's no more than a stay busy fight than an Oscar Rivas, at least for Fury, because Fury's going to beat you up the same way he'll beat up Caballel or Oscar Rivas, or even who was the other name thrown into the hat just here recently. But anyway, it's no problem for Fury to be. So there's no reason. He has no motive to duck Deontay Wilder. None at all. So I don't know, man. You got all of these guys out here to create these narratives, and I don't know if Wilder plans on fighting, and maybe they're doing this to potentially build up this fight. I don't know, keep Wilder's name relevant. I don't know, whatever you want to say. I'm gonna get on. So, sorry guys, I was grabbing something there. I think that maybe Wilder will fight him, because here's another thing about the whole situation about Fury ducking Wilder, and I don't even know if ego is taking this into consideration while even creating this narrative. Here's the thing: nobody has called that fight off. That's the thing. If the fight is still on, it's what I was saying during the Teofimo Lopez situation when the $1.2 million was in question. And, people were coming over here, boy, your boy D, your boy, you got to give him flame. He ducking the smoke, this, that, and the third. I'm like, what are y'all talking about? The only thing he said was 1.2 million is not enough. That's it. Now, Bob Arum, top rank, Lomachenko's camp, nobody called that fight off. So it's not a duck. That's what I was saying about Teofimo back then. It's not a duck. It can't be a duck if the fight hasn't been called off. And nobody's called the fight off. The PBC hasn't called. Wilder's team damn sure said that they called the fight off. This is why this idiot is saying that he ducked. Because Wilder hasn't said nothing about the fight being off. So you got to take that into consideration, ego, you buffoon. That's the first thing you got to take into consideration. The next thing that you have to take into consideration is the fact that Top Rank hasn't said anything about the fight being called off. Ego, you idiot. So that debunks your narrative. Third thing you have to think about is Mauricio Suleiman, although he's a liar, you can't believe a lot of the stuff that this dude says, because whether he lies for purpose of business or whatever, he's been caught in lies a few times. So with Mauricio Suleiman, he comes out and says the fight is on. So you have nobody saying that this fight is paused. No one. No one on Fury's side, no one on Wilder's side, and Suleiman, on the WBC president who holds the belt, said the fight is on. No one said the fight is on. And this idiot, Boxing Eagle, wants to come out and say that Tyson Fury is ducking Wilder. So how do you validate this? That's my whole thing. You there, Boo?
Yeah, I'm there. I can barely hear you. I'm gonna step out and come back in, so my volume is bad.
All right, all right. So that's my whole thing, and this is where this is the first piece of how Boxing Eagle's theory about Fury ducking Wilder, is flawed. First, we know it's false because most of the shit this dude come out with is just nonsense. So I've not been there, and I don't really go over there. But I've not been there, but because everything I heard from him is just totally idiotic. And this is another. It's no purpose. Like he can't even validate a purpose. It's not like Tyson Fury is getting the Anthony Joshua fight next. So why to a guy that you know you can beat up will you turn down millions and millions of dollars to fight a Caballero? How does he even make sense of this stuff? I wonder if Ego believes the dumb shit that he says, if he even believes it. Sometimes I think he just says this stuff just for views or whatever, just to have people listen to this bullshit. I don't even know if he believes this shit. Like, how do you make sense of that? What's up, Bull?
What's going on, man? My bad. I apologize to the folk, man. I was having technical difficulties, but I'm back now. I just think it's a PR thing, it's a narrative thing. The his fan base and the people that follow him, Tyson Fury can't do no right. You know what I'm saying? He can't literally be really trying to make the fight happen, and it can't be on Wilder. It got to be Fury's fault. When it comes to Wilder, it's never Wilder. When it comes to these certain channels, it's always the other opponent's fault. It's never Wilder's fault, and there's no personal accountability there. And I think that's fraudulent and that's bad for YouTube boxing.
Yeah, I'm with that. And see, this ain't really about ego. This is more about the narrative.
Right.
Of course, I'm speaking about this idiot. That's right, ego, you idiot. I'm speaking about him because this is, from what I understand, this is where the narrative has been created. Because I've heard different channels saying it, but as soon as ego, this idiot, put that live up, I got a DM. And I listened to it and I'm like, whatever. That this guy says anything. But then I start hearing other channels speaking on the same narrative. And then okay. I want to attack the narrative because that's what I do. Attack these bullshit narratives.
Well, let's attack the narrative. So how is it Tyson Fury's fault that the Wilder fight is not happening, and the only person that's been coming forth saying that they've had all these different issues or difficulties have been Wilder and Wilder's camp and Wilder's supporters? You haven't heard any complaints from the Fury camp as far as making the fight happen. So how is Fury the reason why this fight is not happening when all the issues have been coming from Wilder's camp?
That's my thing. Like, that's what I'm saying. If you're going to make a claim, and it's the only thing I say with people that click the link or anything like that, if you're going to make a claim, you got to be able to validate it. You got to make it valid. Like, how does that work, Ego? How does it work that Fury is ducking Wilder at any level? He has what Wilder wants back. He has his belt because he beat him convincingly.
Yeah. Fury don't need Wilder. Wilder at this point in juncture in his career, he needs Fury. So if anybody that should be going out their way, breaking their neck, busting other people's paws, trying to make this fight happen, it should be Wilder. Wilder should be all over social media. He should be training. He should be showing the public eye that he wants this fight to happen without the shadow of a doubt, regardless of his previous 2 performances. He should be showing that. And by not showing himself in the public eye and all we see is Fury, 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 for you to get from all of that, that Fury is the one ducking. And if anybody were to believe that, that's just terrible. That's terrible.
Now let's take a look at who's been building the fight. Because it piggybacks off of what Boone said. Who has been building the fight, promoting the fight? It's been Fury. You're docile, I'm going to box your head off. You know, I'm going to beat you worse than I did in the last fight. And you've been silent. Cold silent. You've said nothing. You're not promoting your own fight. Well, it's no wonder leading up to December, all of a sudden, you know, there's a problem with your side concerning signing a contract or whatever. No wonder it's a problem.
I just feel like it just don't make any sense for anybody to believe that, when the most that we've heard from Wilder since his Fury fight was the glove gate. That's the most we've heard pertaining to anything coming from maybe Wilder's supporters, was the glove gate situation. And that was mainly it. You really didn't hear too much of nothing about Wilder. And then the next thing you heard about him, no. When he said that I'm your king, he will rise from the ashes. He said all those really poetic things. And at this point in juncture, that's looking like a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it is. They still call him a cheater. To this day, they still call him a cheater. Cheater this, cheater that. It makes no sense. He says the people who believe crap they come out with, that I worry about. I know. That's why I put the truth out, and you know, maybe some of them will stumble across here and listen and, you know, be reasonable about the information. Because that's all. Look, this information, I'm no guru. All of these idiots out here that want to listen to this crap, this information is out there for all of us. There's plenty of sources. Oh, yeah, thanks, bro. There's plenty of sources to find this information, man. Plenty. It's all out there for all of us. I mean, you can go to the WBC website. You can go to these fighters' social media page. Some of them in their camps even have websites. You can go to Michael Benson, Box 24, Boxing Scene. There's plenty of information out there, and they all have this information posted. So it's not like channels over here have to create any narrative. We don't have to create a narrative about who's ducking who or this, that. All we have to do is just present the facts about what's going on. Now, you can make the determination, but when you make this story up, when you make this whole narrative, this whole illusion that Tyson Fury is ducking Wilder, you have to validate it somehow. And that's what this idiot didn't do. But there's no way to validate it because, first and foremost, there's no motive. No motive behind it. What reason would he have to duck Deontay Wilder? Not at all. It's a big money fight for less effort. He already knows that he can beat this guy.
My thing is what has Fury shown at any point in juncture that he didn't want to take the fight? When did Fury show the world that he didn't want to take the fight? And how is Wilder showing that he wants to fight more than Fury does? What is Wilder doing to prove that he really wants this fight? Not a goddamn thing. So how is it? This is the one thing I don't like either, is the narrative is that the fighter isn't saying shit, nothing. But yet these YouTube channels and these fanboys are coming forth and speaking for another man as if they're in the camp with him. And there is nothing to show from Wilder's side that he really wants to fight. Hell, does he want to fight, period, let alone Tyson Fury? He's not showing any indications, any. that he wants to fight Fury or anybody in boxing. I feel like Wilder has done all what he was going to do for the sport, and I don't think he's going to do anything going forward. But I think to try to save face for Wilder, they're going to say something stupid like, oh, Fury ducking Wilder. Fury ducking Wilder. Even though Fury has came forth and stated many times that he's not going to wait for Wilder before he fights again. So what does that tell you?
Yeah. Sean Daly, what's up, brother?
You all right, D? Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, we hear you.
Okay, good. Yeah, I'm good, thanks. You?
I'm feeling well, man.
Yeah, it has been a while. I haven't really been paying too much attention to boxing for a while.
Well, it's coming back, John. It's time to pay
No,
attention.
I'm looking forward to the weekend. That's what's got me motivated to get back in.
So you didn't see the Jose Cepeda and Baranchik fight?
No, I caught up on it afterwards, but I didn't watch it live. I've been working like a night shift.
Oh, okay.
But this whole situation with the Wilder fan channels, it's pretty amusing, really, because they do this every time whenever it concerns Wilder. At the end of the day, they never take responsibility for what Wilder does. He has a contract with a rematch clause in it, and within that contract there will be a deadline for the fight to take place. There'll be a force majeure clause which will extend that deadline should something happen, which has happened in COVID, but that'll have a deadline and cut-off point as well. And I think it's clearly December, because if you listen to what Shelley Finkel has said, Shelley Finkel said the fight's still happening in December. So that's clearly the deadline. But Wilder's just totally silent. Wilder isn't talking about training, fighting, going into camp. All that we've heard from the Wilder camp is that he's sacked Mark Breland, which is that a new sacking or the old sacking or what is it? I've heard nothing about getting ready to fight Fury. And a deadline's going to happen. So if the deadline expires, that's Wilder's fault. He enacted the rematch clause. They know the terms of the contract. Shelley Finkel's a lawyer. So as for Fury ducking Wilder, it's just a narrative to try and save face and nothing else.
Yeah, incite the crowd, That's what I was saying earlier. Like he's just doing this just to give these guys something to talk about, just to incite the Wilder crowd, because, bro, he can't validate it. He just can't validate it. And that's what just kills me with all of these people that follow behind that and listen to it. You can't validate any of this stuff.
I think it's just because it's easier to believe the lie. It's easier to believe the lie than to accept the truth. It's easier to say, oh, Tyson Fury ducking Wilder. He don't want to fight Wilder. And it's like, yeah. It's easier to want to believe your own bullshit than to actually accept the truth for what it is.
I actually think they're just totally dependent on Wilder content on their channels. So everything they release is pro Wilder, and they cast shade on whoever else is pitted against Wilder, whether it's AJ or Fury, and it's based primarily on race baiting, and I think they do it pretty cynically. I'm not sure any of them actually believe it. They just whip people up into a frenzy to get super chats and stuff.
Well, they get paid to do this. They get paid to push this narrative. So when you're getting paid to push a narrative, or when you've made a significant amount of money pushing a particular narrative, you're not going to stop. You're not going to stop if it ain't broke. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And if they're still getting views and clicks and likes and subscriptions just off of hyping up Wilder's train, then hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And people are going to do what work for them. And I think that's what's been working for them. They're not going to hold Wilder accountable. Like I said, these particular channels, I'm not going to be too specific, but these particular channels are not for boxing. They are for a particular fighter or a particular group of fighters. So it doesn't matter if these fighters do anything fraudulent or wrong in the sport of boxing. They will not hold them accountable for the flaws or even some of them maybe mistakes they may have made. They will not hold them accountable. But if somebody like a Sergey Kovalev or a Lomachenko or somebody that's a fair-skinned individual were to commit these same type of heinous crimes, it'll be video galore on these two particular individuals. But the moment it becomes a black person, it's not going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, I think all of that's true. So primarily, I just don't listen to them because I don't see them as boxing channels at all. It's like I know a few genuine boxing fans who are Wilder fans, and a couple of channels that are
Mm-hmm.
pro Wilder who are legitimate boxing channels, and I'll listen to what they've got to say because it's balanced. There's one guy in
Yeah,
particular,
it's
he's an
not.
American guy. He's a nice guy. He doesn't get involved in any of the race baiting, and he's always been pro Wilder, but he's actually pro boxing and he breaks things down properly. And he's just put a
Mm-hmm.
video out saying, "Why is Wilder being silent? Where is he? What's he owes it to us to come out and actually say what he's doing."
Yeah. Like that's what we want to see. I don't want to hear from a YouTuber about what Wilder is doing. I want to see Wilder. I want to be able to somebody say, "Hey man, go to his Instagram. He's doing this. He working on this. Hey, go to his Twitter. He's doing this. Hey man, he just put out a video on YouTube, or Fight Hype just put out a video, or the Boxing Voice just put out a video and with Wilder and saying such and such, such and such." We're not seeing none of that. But we getting a shitload of videos about what Tyson Fury talking about and calling Wilder a big dosser and you ain't this and you ain't that. I just like what D said. How can you make a statement without no facts behind it that give you some sense of validity to make such a strong statement that way? And for him to be able to say what he said with no evidence and multiple YouTubers follow behind that, that just lets you know it's the narrative. People want to push the narrative. They don't want to push truth. They want to push a narrative. And my
But
man
they've
D
done
Jeff and myself are here to kill that.
Yeah,
but they've done it the whole time with Wilder, haven't they? It's like it's a
yeah,
propaganda war rather than actual boxing.
yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's one narrative after the other with this guy.
First it was Glovegate and all that, and now we talk. Now they was talking about how Wilder is stronger than ever. It's like y'all do all this capping for Wilder. Y'all do all this capping for him just for us to find out that he a fraud. He did all that when he lost the Fury. Your king will rise from the ashes, and he do all this promo thinking he's supposed to be helping with the BLM movement and all that to make you think that he's really going to come back and all this stuff. He does all these things to give you the illusion that he's going to come back, and then you find out months and Sundays later that all that shit that he was talking, all the shit that he was doing was literally smoke and mirrors. And from all of that, you mean to tell me boxing ego, in the words of DJ, you idiot, you mean to tell me after all of that, you're going to say that Tyson Fury is the one that's ducking Deontay Wilder? When Deontay Wilder has yet to come forth and give us a public statement, and we have various statements from Fury that we can go to? Hell, Gerald Big Baby Miller done made more statements than him. Dillian White then came forth and made more statements than him, and he recently just got knocked out, and he came forth and made statements, multiple statements. We can't get one from Wilder? Fuck out of here.
Dillian's got a fight date.
Yep.
This was like February and we still don't have a confirmed fight date for this. Dillian got knocked out in August. Isn't he fighting in November? It's like, what's the excuse?
Yeah, which is too
AJ's
soon. Which is too soon. But anyway,
I think
you
it
know,
probably might be. I actually don't think Dillian should go into that rematch. I think he'll lose again, but that's a separate issue. If you're serious about taking the if you're serious about taking the rematch, then there's a date. Like, do you look at AJ? He had to actually go to court to get Andy Ruiz to confirm the date, but they did it. Why haven't we heard about court proceedings if there's actually a problem with Tyson Fury not taking the fight? We're not hearing about court proceedings because I think they want to run the clock out. I actually think it's intentional.
Wilder didn't have no intentions on fighting Fury the third time. I think he banked on the second fight because, Wilder is known, prior to the Fury rematch, Wilder is known to do better in rematches than he does in the first initial fight. So because, he thought, okay, I caught him in the 12th round. All right, I know what this guy going to do. Wilder thought he was going to go in there and he was going to wash him like he's done with prior opponents. And Fury is not your prior opponents. You know, Fury is a top caliber opponent. He's not going to come in there making the same mistakes twice. And for you to underestimate that, like I said before, that Wilder was underestimating Fury, that's what's going to happen. Every time you underestimate your opponent, that's what's going to happen. And I think the fact that he knows that he can't beat Fury, he's not in a hurry. He's not in a hurry. And I feel like what he's doing as far as sport of boxing, that's just is fraudulent. You had the people thinking that we were going to see the fight, and now the fight's not happening. It's all these excuses. Oh, it was the gate. Oh, it's no money at the gate. Well, check this out. The moment they shut down the country, you should have knew right then and there that the fight may not have fans. May not get no money at the gate. We should have known that right then, right there, the moment they shut down all the sports because of COVID. But nah. And I feel like Wilder is using COVID and this pandemic as a means to get out of the fight. I do.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I'll just say this: Fury ain't ducking no damn Wilder, you know. And boxing ego, you idiot. You just like anybody else can come over here and click this link, and we can discuss it, buddy. Discuss it, debate it, talk about it, whatever. You know, you're welcome like anyone else because it's a bullshit narrative, man. And it's this type of narrative and this type of tomfoolery that destroys the sport of boxing. Because we don't need new boxing fans to come into these bullshit narratives. And it's ridiculous that channels of you know, with that many subscribers, because that's what influences these things, guys. Right? That's what influences what people believe. They see a lot of numbers, and so automatically they gravitate toward that channel. So it could be Ego or Blue Blood or any of these guys with these channels that have a whole bunch of numbers on them. And then they gravitate toward that channel and they hear this foolishness. Right? That's what happens. So we gotta put out the truth. And the truth is they cannot validate it. Any of them, Aki TV, Boxing Eagle, Fanon. So I'm pretty sure if he hadn't jumped on the bandwagon, he probably will. And then you idiots can come over here and talk to me about it. You idiots. That's right. All right, Mark, I got you, dog. Go ahead, John.
There's a simple question. There's a simple question that need to answer. How long is Fury supposed to wait? You can't, you know, you can't wait indefinitely.
That's what I was going to say.
Fighters need to fight.
Like, who was waiting on who? Right. Like, that's what I want to know. Who waiting on who to fight? Is Fury waiting on Wilder, or is Wilder waiting on Fury? Because if Wilder's waiting on Fury, Fury said, let's do it. He said that most.
Wilder is the holdup. So Fury can be waiting on him because he's the holdup. Real quick, guys. True Sons in the building. What's up? He said Wilder and his smoke and mirror narratives peddlers. DT3 is right. They have sold a fraud that ducked everyone, accused everyone else. Shout out to my man, True Sons. Appreciate you always, True Sons, with the super chat. Mark came in here with Oscar Rivas.
No. Put some respect on this. This is Harvey Duck.
Okay. Harvey. No, it's too small, bro. It's too small. You know.
This is the greatest referee known to man, Harvey Duck, bro.
Okay, look like Oscar Rivas from this distance.
I'm legitimately a fan of Harvey Duck, bro. Harvey Duck's my favorite guy in boxing. This dude allows everybody to fight on the inside and beat the shit out of each other. I like that.
So, Mark, tell me how a Tyson Fury, break it down for me. Tyson Fury's ducking Wilder. Break that down for me.
I can't. What? I can't break that down. Wilder's been waiting the man out. The man's been ready to fight you for the last 4 months. You've had injuries, then you don't have injuries. Then the fight's going to be in February, but it's going to be in December. Then it's going to be in May. Then it's going to be in July. Then you can't have it. It's going to have to be pushed back again. So Fury goes and takes the fight. He's ducking me, bro. Now get the hell out of here. This man's doing the same old thing. What he's doing is Wilder's ducking fucking Fury. That's what he's doing, and everybody's going to use their perception that because Fury's fighting somebody else, it means that Fury can duck him. Get the hell out of here.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, bro. And I mean, that's why, Mark, that's all I'm
Why
saying.
would
Like,
Fury duck him? Last time he was in there, he mollywopped him, bro. He mollywopped him.
indeed, 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 man.
I think Beats put out an interesting theory. I think it was Beats that this could be a move on Team Fury to try and force Wilder to agree to a December date to put pressure on them because it's coming to an end.
Could.
Yeah. The only problem with that is they've now come out and said there's no available dates. But we'll see. But then there are in the UK, so maybe they're trying to push it into the UK. I don't know, but
John, do you know what my theory is? Do you know what my theory is? If Wilder has to fight Fury, he's going to retire instead of fighting.
It looks like that. I mean, the guy's not training. The guy's not doing anything to build up a fight. The guy just doesn't look like he's interested in anything. He's hiding in shame because he can't take the fact he got beaten up.
Watch this.
He can't take an L on the chin. It's that simple.
He's saying he can't fight him by December, right? Watch this motherfucker come out towards the end of December and fight Charles Martin.
I think that they give him Kawanaki for a confidence builder because Kawanaki is absolutely tailor-made for it.
Kawanaki might get on the inside and beat him up in there because he doesn't like inside. But Charles Martin, he'll fight you at range.
The thing about Kawanaki though is I don't think his feet are that quick, and I don't think he hits very hard either. So I think Wilder could actually land on him.
Yeah, Wilder can land on him. Wilder, the man, Deontay Wilder will knock Adam Kawanaki ass out cold. Fuck that, bro.
They're not going to put Wilder in there. They're not going to put Wilder in there with anybody that's going to potentially beat him. What's going to happen is they're basically patenting his career. They're pretty much stat packing his career to where you're going to look back at it when we like in our 50s, 60s, and 70s, and you look at Wilder's career like 44, 1-1. You'll look at that and say, man, he was a hell of a fighter, man. He's 41, 1-1. You know what I'm saying? Type shit. So and we know because we were sitting here watching them, but when you look back at it and you see that record, you know, you're not going to see a record like a Tyson that's like 46-5 or 46-6 or some shit like that. And at the same time, Mike Tyson is still a Hall of Famer. You know, see, like or even though these Hall of Famers, but so they're going to patent career so they can compare him to the likes of Ali and Roy Jones. I think that's really what they're trying to do. They're trying to save his career and save his record to the best of their ability, in my opinion.
Your son said he been saying this third fight ain't freaking happening, fam. He said, well, True Sons, this is the only thing I say about that. No one has called it off yet. That's the thing. It hasn't been called off yet. So, you know, I think if no side calling it off, Suleiman's still saying this on, which, again, I ain't even saying that Suleiman said anything to tell you the truth. But nobody has talked about the fight being off. Chicano Prophet, what's up? He said, after we look, this fight, that's not happening. Okay, after we cement, I guess this fight is not happening. It'll be time to go to the exciting Fury Joshua next year. Yeah, that's what I'm waiting for too, Chicano, to tell you the truth. Carlos said Wilder's done. He's been exposed as a paper cherry picker fight bums who hadn't beaten anyone. Who has he beat? Stavern? He beat Ortiz, Carlos. He beat Ortiz. Don't forget about King Kong Ortiz.
On paper.
Appreciate you. He said, D, it's good to hear you came back down from Earth.
Came back down somewhere. This motherfucker.
Yeah,
for anyone who doesn't know, yesterday, D was on my stream and he was muted for like an hour. I'm like, D, what's your thoughts? He's like, I'm high as fuck, man. He was done, bro. D was up on cloud 9.
Yeah, man. I had to pull back. And I said, I'm just getting ready to get on my side. Let's go to Mont's Live. And boy, that shit kicked in. I'm telling you, man. These kids
It's
in
on the life.
those freaking big ass blunts, bro. I can't do it. Yeah. But anyway,
Stop smoking them fat blunts, man.
nah, I don't. I don't even really do that no more. I don't do that no more. I mean, I consume my dosage of my daily medicine, but just not in the form of a blunt the size of a frank. You know what I mean? Hell no.
I feel you. I feel you.
Fuck
Feel
all
you.
that.
The
Yeah.
whole 3-5. Like, what is going on?
The hell is going on here? John said Ruiz is a tricky one. He got a good chin and is good inside, which Wilder doesn't like. Man, I don't know. I
Ruiz,
think Wilder
they're
might
not gonna put
sleep him
Wilder
too.
in there. They're not gonna put Wilder with anybody that could be a threat. It don't necessarily have to be a real threat, just a potential threat. Somebody with the potential risk to beat. They're not gonna do it. I promise you.
Yeah. I kind of agree with that, but I still think Wilder beats Ruiz. Shane with Ice, what's up? What's up with you, fam? See, this is the thing, man. Like I hear a lot of you guys with what you're saying, but all of these names you're just throwing out to beat Wilder, I don't necessarily think they beat him. I really don't.
I think Ruiz beats him because Ruiz's game is not on the like what Mark was saying. He thinks that, and I think the same thing too, because I felt that Wilder could have beat Charles Martin back then. A couple people say they think different, but I think stylistically Wilder could beat Charles Martin. And I think it's because of he wants to try to box him, stay at a distance, and Wilder is longer, he's more rangier. He wants to keep you at a distance so he can throw that right hand versus an Andy Ruiz whose style is not meant to stay away from you. His style is tailor-made to stay in the pocket, be in the phone booth. And I see that as a problem for Wilder. If Wilder cannot keep Andy Ruiz off of him, if Wilder can't get that phone booth, it's gonna be a long night for Wilder. But I get what you're saying. Like if Ruiz keeps himself at a distance, like he did with AJ, he going to sleep. But if Ruiz gets in on Wilder and he stay in the phone booth with him, it's gonna be a long night for Wilder.
Let me tell you this, bro. Wilder's right hand. That's all I'm gonna say. Wilder's long stance. I mean, you see, Ruiz ain't long like Fury. Fury was able to get to Wilder for a reason because he's long. The longest guy probably in the heavyweight division or one of them. But here's the thing: with Wilder in that wide ass stance, keeping that paw out there. It's not a jab, but it's keeping his paw out there. Man, Anthony Joshua was tagging Ruiz with that right hand. Tagging him. That's all he was doing was stand back off of him. Bow. Stand back off of him. Bow. It ain't gonna be that many right hands for Wilder. He gonna run Ruiz right into one of those right hands. I'm telling. I do not see Andy Ruiz beating Deontay Wilder. I'm sorry. I understand. I do. I get it because Wilder lost to Fury and all of that, so people doubt no more. Not you, Bo. Not you, but I just don't see it. I see Wilder running that dude right into one of them right hands, or two, and three will be, three times you're out. That's how I see it.
Well,
Wilder's ducking Fury. He's ducking Fury.
I kind of agree with what you're saying about Andy Ruiz, dude, but for totally different reasons. I think Andy's lack of foot speed would be the problem, because Wilder's actually quite quick.
Yeah.
So I don't see Andy closing the distance on Wilder.
No.
Even though Wilder's footwork's that bad, Andy's is so slow that Wilder would be fast enough to evade him.
You need to do some stupid shit. You need to do some stupid shit.
I'm not as convinced about Wilder's right hand as D is. I'm not as convinced about it.
But
and I am pretty convinced about Andy's chin. Huh? Andy don't have feet.
Wilder don't have no feet. Wilder don't got no feet, John.
Wilder's footwork's horrible. It's horrible, but he can actually move quite quickly. It's terrible footwork. He stumbles over himself, but he's got such length, and he has got a foot speed advantage over him that I'm not sure Andy could actually get to him. If Andy gets to him, I think he takes Wilder out, because I think Wilder's chin is terrible.
So basically, we saying that Andy Ruiz's footwork is not enough to avoid Wilder's right hand. That's what we saying.
Speed, foot speed, D. I don't, because he's not. Andy gets hit. Andy relies on his chin. Andy relies on his chin. Like he'll have head movement for a round or two, and then he gets tired, and it stops. Andy's hittable, but
There is one thing Andy can do.
it's not actual footwork. It's foot speed I'm talking about. Because Wilder has
Andy,
some of the worst footwork in a boxer I've ever seen.
Andy's good at one thing though, and we got to give him credit. He's brilliant at stepping off of the jab when you're like when you're at full length, and then dipping under where your jab lies to get inside the pocket. He's pretty good at that.
He is. I mean,
so if Wilder stops the movement, right? What you're saying, needs to use his foot speed and constantly be on the move. If he stops constantly moving and he goes into that, because we've seen Wilder do standstill jabs, like you'll stand, he'll just do the jab and keep at full length. If he do that, Andy will step off that as Wilder's reloading that jab because he doesn't double it up. Andy will dip right in there.
You're right, Mark. If Wilder was to fight Andy Ruiz like he fought Ortiz in the second fight, Andy would just piece him up as far as I'm concerned and take him out. Because I don't believe in Wilder's punch resistance at all.
I think Wilder tough, man. I think he tough. I don't think Wilder pump as far as when he in there.
Like, I'm not convinced about the power in Fury's shots in that fight. I'm really not. If you actually watch the technique and how much he got his body into it, he sat down on his punches, which he hasn't done before. But I'm convinced they've protected Wilder for a reason, and it's his chin, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, I'm just going to say one thing, right? And I'm going to piss John off with this. I think Wilder's deserved a Sonny Liston, man. The champ no one wanted.
You might say that again, Mark, because I don't think you mean it.
I think Wilder's deserved a Sonny Liston. The champ no one wanted.
I'll talk to you about that another time, Mark.
Remember when I made the Max Baer comparison to Wilder because of the right hand?
I remember.
Yeah, I made a comparison to Max Baer with Wilder because Max Baer had a hell of a right hand when he fought in his era, and I said that Wilder is the modern day Max Baer, just with little less skills.
I'd say Max Baer is a better comparison than Sonny, because I mean Sonny was a two-handed skillful fighter who just happened to have mad power as well.
The champ no one wanted, man.
Well, the LDBC still want him, Mark. The LDBC still want him. I just think you're trolling me, Mark, to be honest.
They didn't really want them. They had to want them. They had to.
They had to want by default, Mark.
What about Mauricio? Mauricio and Uncle Al spent a lot of time protecting that man.
No. Mauricio didn't want them either. Al wanted them, and Al paid Mauricio. Mauricio wanted Al's money. He didn't want Wilder.
Mark, I think you're in love with the theory. I don't believe you. I think you're trying to wind me up about
champ nobody wanted. If Al Heyman could have, he would have took Joshua over Wilder if he had had the choice. Guarantee you.
Yeah, but if you're in the business side of things, wouldn't you do that? I mean, that's just standard.
Champ, no one wanted. Al didn't want Wilder. That's all he had.
Man, let me tell you something, David. Yeah, choking women ain't cool. I don't advocate for that at all. But it's just like I said about Floyd Mayweather. He was smacking women around. Didn't have nothing to do with what he could do in the ring. So you can't judge that fight on Leo Santa Cruz winning because Tank smacked a woman up. You know, honestly, I think he's going to smack up Leo Santa Cruz too. You know what I mean?
There is a comparison with that, though, D, because Tank likes to fight people that are in a lower weight class, so he's a bully.
Well, he's bullying LCS. Same thing.
No, totally. That's what I mean. So yeah, the comparison is it has a similarity to beating up on a woman because he won't fight a man his own size.
I mean, I've said this. I was just saying this yesterday, John. Tank Davis, his entire career outside of Pedraza, who has he fought where people thought, okay, he can beat this guy? And this is why I say he's not even fought his level of competition. never above like Teofimo's doing right now. Almost above Teofimo's level of competition.
Oh, it
He's
was something
never
I
done
wanted.
that. He's never fought above his level. He's always fought below, smaller, weaker. Pedraza is the only name, and it was few people that thought Pedraza would win. Some actually did, but very few. Very few. Everybody else thought Tank would win.
The thing that I don't understand about this is it's stifled his growth as a fighter, because I think he actually had some genuine talent, but it's got spent now. He's got lazy, he's got fat, and he's not used to. He's never been put in a hard situation. So when it comes to an actual tough situation, he's gonna struggle. And in a way, that's what we saw with Wilder. Wilder had all these easy fights, as far as I'm concerned. I'm not convinced about Luis Ortiz. So when it came time to step up, he was found wanting, because you have to learn to go up the levels. That's why they used to do it that way.
Boxing Monster. Boxing Monster just joined the LDBC. Him and cost
Well,
Wilder
fam,
big money from the zone
but,
to
it was
face
something
Ortiz in
that
Brazil. Yeah, I don't know. What you say, Bull?
it was something that you said in the live yesterday, and I was like, yeah, if Teofimo do that, he's going to set the standard for boxing, and I don't think nobody's going to be able to live up to that. And I hope Teofimo do that, because that's really going to separate him from everybody else. If Teofimo Lopez beat Lomachenko, gets all those belts, and even though Devin Haney was gifted that WBC belt, but if Teofimo moved up and uses that WBO slot and move up to 140 and beat the winner of Jose Ramirez and Josh Taylor, you can't say that man is not pound for pound right there. You can't. He's arguably number one pound for pound. I don't want to hear nothing about Canelo, none of that. And I agree with that. I would just slide on that and speak with that with you, but I couldn't. I was busy. But yeah, man, the fact that came up, and I was like, that's what will make you a pay-per-view star. See, Tank Davis just came in the game and he fought a couple of fights and he built his little following up on social media, and they said he was a pay-per-view star. If Teofimo do that, that's earning your right to be a pay-per-view star. You've earned the right in every sense, shape, form, or fashion to be a pay-per-view star. You are a two-time unified, undisputed champion. You did it in back-to-back fights. Who's done that? Who's done that?
Right. Yeah, no, I agree, bro. I agree. True Son says they ain't gonna put no threats for Wilder. D33 on with you. His only real threat was Fury. Wilder ain't got no feet, no balance. SP Spilker got in on Wilder. Yeah, Spilker was deucing him up a little bit, but Spilker did eat that down right though. Nah, you're right. You're right, man. Wilder got his issues for sure. For sure. Shout out to my man True Sons with the super chat. Young Farrell did a detailed documentary on Fully Loaded Gloves. Yeah, Young Farrell, man. He broke it down.
About conspiracies, bro. He's all about that conspiracy stuff. Anything that looked like it could possibly be a conspiracy and he could use on his channel, he gonna do it. Young Farrell don't know shit about boxing. Nothing.
Yeah,
Nothing
yeah.
at all.
I hear you, dog. Mayweather knows Tank is a knockout waiting to happen. Yeah, a knockout on Leo Santa Cruz. And even if it was on Tank, who the hell is Leo knocking out, man? Leo ain't knocking nobody out. So that sure ain't going to be the knockout by Leo. That sure ain't going to be the knockout
Tank just
by
not
Leo.
gonna fight nobody his size, man.
Shout out to you again, True Son, my man True Son with the super chat. Ain't no lie. I said 4-round stoppers. Loma first Rigo. I knew Rigo. Yeah, but Rigo was 2 weight classes down. Leo Santa Cruz, at least he had a fight at 130. And remember, they're fighting at 130. Rigo was 2 weight classes jump for Lomachenko. So that's different even still. But Tank, this is what Tank does, though. Because he just fought at 135. Leo Santa Cruz just fought at 130. So essentially, Tank is still fighting the smaller guy. And his little fat ass should have been made 130. He only had problems making 130 because he wasn't disciplined.
Do you think he's going to make 130 this time? Because I'm
Yes.
not convinced he's making the weight.
Yes, he's going to make it.
But he's struggled at 135.
No, he's gonna make it, John. I'm telling you.
Okay.
Look,
Well,
the kid. Have you seen his shape lately, John?
yeah, but I saw this with Andy Ruiz.
No, you
Like, just
didn't.
because they're putting stuff out on social media.
Oh no, tank training. Tank training.
No,
I ain't
Yeah, I
no,
know
you
he's
didn't see
training.
this.
I
tank
know he
training.
is training.
But John, hold on. Let's be
Go on.
honest. You didn't see that with Andy Ruiz. You seen Photoshop with Andy Ruiz. I'm talking about live pictures, current pictures of Tank Davis, real pictures. This is not Photoshop. He's been in the gym. He's been doing all the things that all of you people have the complaint about him, and I had the same complaint that he's not doing this, he's not doing that. Well, he's been doing these things for the past few
Yeah.
months. He's been in the gym. He's been on the
Okay.
road jogging. He's been dedicating himself, and he's
Yeah,
ripped
he's
the
been-
fuck up this far outside of that fight, and we've never seen him look that way ever. So I think he's going to make weight just fine.
Well, I'm happy
And to
with that, if that's what he's been doing. But it still doesn't convince me about him generally.
Well, to piggyback on what D said, I was critical of him too. No lie. But when I see him on Fight Hype on a regular basis, Fight Hype been covering him his whole time in camp and before he got in camp. He's been training. He's been doing strength and conditioning because I've been following Tank because I've been critical of him.
Me
So
too.
seeing what he's doing, and I honestly, to be real with you, I bet you, because he did say he talked to Floyd, and I look and I see that Tank looks the same way he did when he fought Pedraza. He had that look like they think I'm not gonna win. They think I'm gonna lose. They think they betting against me. I got something to prove. That's a dangerous Tank Davis. That's a very dangerous Tank Davis. I don't give a fuck who he is, how much you don't like him. I get him putting his hands on female. I get all that. I'm just gonna speak on him just as a boxer and a boxer alone. I'm not gonna speak to him personally as a man, but just as a boxer. That Tank is dangerous. That Tank is gonna put paws on somebody. This Tank, I don't think, is going to miss weight because I believe that Floyd Money Mayweather got in his ear and got on his ass and was like, "Hey, bro, look, we can't be having that. You supposed to be whoop, 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 whoop. You can't be out here doing blah, 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 A, B, and Z." So I think for real, Tank is gonna come in focused. He gonna come in on weight. I think he gonna come in right. I'd say if at the most he may come in at 130.1 or maybe 131. At the highest, that's the highest he may come in. But I do believe he's gonna come in at 129.8.
John,
Okay. Well,
wait,
I've
John,
been very critical. Go on. I'm listening.
did you see the screen?
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. So
Okay,
what I was about to say is, if that's all true, I'm happy to hold my hands up because that's been one of my biggest criticisms of Tank, and to be honest, any boxer that blows up in between fights.
Yeah.
It's just a recipe for problems, and it shows a lack of discipline and dedication. So
Yeah, but
if he's sorted it out,
hold on.
if he's sorted it out, I'm quite happy to give him the credit for that. Because I've always thought Tank has got talent, but it's been squandered. But either way, whatever he does, I think he beats Leo Santa Cruz anyway. Because I don't see how Santa Cruz is going to knock Tank out. So I just think that Tank's going to win, basically.
Yeah.
I think it's a very difficult job for Leo to actually beat him. And Leo hasn't looked good when he's moved up in weight either. He's looked sluggish. He hasn't.
No, he didn't look good against Flores. But look, John.
The actual weight's not helping him.
Real quick, John. Since you've seen this picture, my question to you is, and I know you said fair play to Tank, but when have you ever seen Tank look anywhere like this so far away from a fight? This is what I keep asking people. Like, you never seen him look in this type of condition.
No. Like, from that photo, at this point out, I'm happy to believe that he's taking it seriously, which is one of the biggest things I've wanted him to do. Well, any to be honest, any boxer that gets fat in between fights, it's not good for you. You should always be ticking over. Look at Andre Ward. When did we ever see Andre Ward get fat? And he was out of the ring for a couple of years. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to stay in shape. So if he's got himself in shape for this fight, he can have the credit for that. Then I want to see what he does after the fight, And what I'd really want to see from him then is take on a serious opponent, because Leo's not at this weight. If they were fighting at 126, then yeah, it's an incredible fight. But at 130, I'm just not convinced about Leo.
Yeah, I'm not convinced about Leo Santa Cruz either. Not at all. Because
But if this is a fight to get him refocused, he gets in shape, they announce another fight quickly, so he's active, and he stays in shape, and he fights someone more credible at 130, then I could start to change my mind on Tank, because the opponents are a problem as well.
yeah. Young Pharaoh's with that. Yeah, Young Pharaoh's a fool. He's a fool, I tell you. Milton Jeff, back to the ranking for a while. Scott Brown. I thought Gary Russell Jr. Had a good chance to beat Noah, but well, yeah, I mean, you know, I can't even lie. I thought back then that Gary Russell had a good chance to beat him too, Scott Brown. I won't even lie. But that just, for all of these people who doubted on Loma, I mean, that was a good win because I'm pretty sure, like a lot of these people that dump on Lomachenko, I'm pretty sure they had Gary Russell beating him going into that fight. I know they did. Two sons. Again, he said, "You're right, D. Fighting is fighting. Judge it in that." Yeah, for sure. Sure, man. Appreciate you again, always, True Sons, with the super chat. Pigeon Mike. Okay, you talking about that ego. But yeah, man, I hear you, John. It's just, I think that rightfully so, a lot of people are judging Tank Davis on his past behaviors, right? Which they should. I mean, if this is what you've shown me historically, that this is what you're going to do, you mess around, you get drunk in between fights, you get out of shape in between fights, then when it comes to a situation where I have to decide if you're going to make weight or not, I'm going to say no. Especially it being a weight class that you have problems making weight in. That's why you went up.
The
135 in the first place.
The thing is, D, right? We've seen this with Billy Joe Saunders. So we've seen, on occasion, Billy Joe Saunders get into really good shape, like for the Lemieux fight. And then afterwards, we've seen that he couldn't maintain it. So for me, I think you're right. I think looking at that picture, Tank is going to make weight. It doesn't look like he's going to have trouble making weight this time. But the Leo Santa Cruz fight isn't a test for me. So for me to think more highly of Tank, I would need to see him take on a better opponent, either at 130 or 135, and
Comey.
and not get fat in between fights as well.
Yeah.
Because we've seen Billy Joe Saunders turn it around for one training camp and then just go off the rails again.
Yeah, that's true.
So, I mean, I'll say, look, so far so good. You've proved me wrong. You look like you're going to make weight. That's good. But there's a long way to go for me to have any sort of trust in Tank on any level.
Oh, me too. Because I used to be a fan of his. I used to be a big fan of Tank Davis, and
I liked him. I liked him when he came out. You know what, D? In about 2015, I was interested in Wilder. I thought this could be good.
Yeah.
And then he let me down.
Yeah.
Because I wanted him to fight Vlad, and he didn't. He just didn't do it.
Charlie Finkel say he was a baby, man.
Yeah, well,
It was a little bitty baby.
That's just a disgrace. That's a disgrace. But anyway, but like with Tank, it does look like he's going to make weight. To your point.
Well, check it out. Here's Biz. Lomachenko ain't taller. Until said that silly shit because he struggled in that fight. He's a dumb kid, didn't know what to say. But if he always planned on moving up to 140, then he would have to know that he's going to be fighting taller fighters. He would definitely have to know that. So again, I think he lost, not lost, but he struggled with Nakatani, and that's the first excuse that comes to his mind. Taller fighter. I think that's how it went down.
How tall is Nakatami though? Because he'd be tall at 140, wouldn't he? He's like a tall.
He's 6 foot.
Yeah, so that's tall at 140. How many
I know.
140 pounders are 6 foot? So I think it's kind of like a legitimate thing to say, because if he moves up to 147 pounds, how many guys are 6 foot at 147?
Don't matter. My thing is this. If 6 foot is holding the belt, what are you gonna say? No more tall fighters?
No, not no more tall fighters, but you might not look your best against them. If he got the W, didn't he?
Yeah, but that's the thing. That's what Shizbiz was talking about. Teofimo says no more small fighters. I'm not fighting any more small fighters. You can't say
right.
that.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I didn't realize he'd said that. I just thought he said that was why he struggled.
Yeah.
That's just a stupid thing to say.
Right.
But
What's up, Mark?
that doesn't mean anything. But lots about to say stupid things.
All right, we're just back. What's up, brother? Mark, no, he's not on mute. I can't hear you. Oh no. Let me see. Oh, he ain't on mute. We can't hear you, Mark. Anyway, so yeah. He said that. Yeah, shit, bitch, but that don't got nothing to do with Lomachenko because he's not taller. How about that? My man Mar the Machine in the building. What's good, Mar?
So are you going as far as predicting a round for the Loma fight, D?
The Loma fight?
Yeah. So have you done a predict? Are you going to do a prediction video, or where you up to with that? I know you got Tio, but I don't know.
Round 7.
Round
Knockout.
7 KO. Okay.
Taking him out.
Listen, Babe, yeah, those Eastern Europeans, yeah, they're not able for that body work, that power from those young Americans. He's gonna crumble like a chocolate brownie in your mouth.
Is that your Mike Tyson accent, Mark?
That was Kell Brook.
Listen,
Chocolate
Babe,
brownie.
I'm not
Chocolate
hungry,
brownie.
yeah? I'm hungry. Eddie. I want Khan. I want Cotto. I want Canelo.
Chocolate brownies. He's gonna get his ass beat by Crawford. Let's talk about that a little bit.
Listen, Babe, yeah? Let me tell you my game plan to beat Bud, yeah? Do you know what you do with Bud? Do you want to know what you do with Bud,
What do you do with Bud? Besides get beat up?
You smoke it.
That's about his best chance of winning, Mark. I don't think Brooke thinks he's going to win anyway. I think he just
Yeah.
Listen, I'm gonna smoke him, yeah?
You're gonna get smoked. You're gonna get knocked out trying.
No. There's no way.
Is that me?
No, that's him. I'm so excited for the young American Teofimo Lopez to take on the Soviet Union and win for our country. I've got emails. I've got evidence. Teofimo gonna win.
And there you hear it from President Clinton. Don, your sound kind of went out there. I don't know what he's sipping on us, but it must be some very good shit. Bad shit, crazy. What's up with you, man? Some dude in the chat still talking loaded. I don't know what's wrong with him, man. I don't know what's wrong with him, bad shit. Good to see you, dog. Scott Brown said if Leo Santa Cruz makes it the distance in Texas, he might win from the nah, bro. They'll rob Leo Santa Cruz blind. It's a PBC thing. Santa Cruz not getting no
PBC,
judges.
the best Leo can hope for is a draw.
That's the best he
Like
can hope for.
sometimes PBs, yeah. Because I don't. No matter what, I don't think he can knock out Tank. So
No. And they'll do that.
I
They'll do
think that's
that just for the bookies. They'll get paid from the bookies to do that. Call it a draw.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the least likely result, isn't it? So the bookies do the best on the draw.
All right. So they'll say if Tank loses, call it a draw. We'll give you 40 million. Hey man, it's a dirty business. That wasn't me. That was Unrivaled. Pretty good Carol Brick and Bill Clinton. Walker Raider, what's up, Walker? He said, let's keep it 100. Santa Cruz is not a litmus test for Tank. Hell no, he's not at all. Not at all, bro. Tank should be fighting Devin Haney. That's what he should be doing. I agree
The
with that
whole
100%.
thing's bad. Because Leo should be fighting Gary Russell. The whole thing's terrible. The whole thing's a joke.
Yeah, I agree. He should be. He said, I've got to go soon to the French Riviera.
If it was at 126, if Tank was fighting Leo at 126, I'd be all right with that.
No, I wouldn't. Then you'll be begging for Tank to drain down. So,
but
kind of putting him at an unfair advantage. So, I don't want to see a fighter go in the ring at an unfair advantage. Like he has to drain down. He would have to drain down to make 126.
But Tank has fought down there.
I know, John, but still you'd be asking him to drain down.
Coogan.
Or Dio Santa Cruz.
Really though? Because I mean, he's been at 126, and he's a small, but he's a small guy. Tank's a small guy.
John, you just questioned before I enlightened you.
He's not a big guy.
Hold on, John. You just questioned before I enlightened you to the fact that he's been that he would make 130. Now you want to put him down at 126? You just had a question.
Yeah, but that's that. Yeah, but the reason, D, is about discipline, not his size. So if he's disciplined, because it wouldn't be this fight. It wouldn't be this fight. Not now, just generally. If the fight was to take place at 126, given the right conditions, that would be a legitimate test. Not now, not for this fight. Because if you're going to move back down, you need to go down slowly. You can't do it in a rush.
Right. I agree with that. I don't mind that at all, Scott Brown. They've been going back and forth, and there's been some talks. Let's see what happens after he beats up Leo Santa Cruz. I mean, the way I see it, it's a step-up fight for both of them. It's a shame it's a step-up fight for Tank. That's the argument, because Raza, we'll give him credit for being on a higher than Ryan right now. Tank did fight Pedraza. But it'll be one of his best fights. And it's definitely a step-up fight for young Ryan Garcia. So let's see it happen. You know, get him in there. Tank versus Ryan. Why not? I don't mind that.
Ryan Garcia versus Fat Joe.
I think he beats up JoJo.
Fair enough.
Yeah. I think he beats up JoJo. JoJo got a little more. He got to get a little more work. For me, I think Tank will win, but it may not be easy. Okay, I'm not a PBC fella at all, but the ring will prove Tank's real ability, not on judges, women issues, and yeah, forget about all of that. Yeah, he's a schmuck outside of the ring, but inside of the ring don't have anything to do with him being a schmuck. All right, diehard casuals. What's up? What's up? Let me slide down here. I'm way behind in the chat now. There are no 6-foot fighters at welterweight. Damn. Yeah. Until people see, that's what I'm saying. And he dealt with that at 135, man. 6-footer that can hit hard, has fast hands, that knows how to box. He dealt with that. El Primo, what's good with you? Hey, Blunts. Prison been cool lights. I got it's crazy, man. All right. I'm down to the end. Brown gone one. What's good with you, Brown gone one? But anyway, oh yeah, Mark. Oh, no, I mean, not Mark. John. Did I ask you about Danny Garcia and Errol Spence? Because you've been gone for a minute. Me and Mark talked about it.
Specifically, no, not really. We haven't really talked about it.
Yeah, well, let's talk about that because that's a fight on the horizon. What do you think about that fight?
The thing that colours that fight for me is the fact that they announced it after he fought Sean. So it was always the plan for him to fight Danny, which I don't think was a good fight before the car crash. Since the car crash, it's interesting because we want to know what Errol Spence is going to be like. But without the car crash, I wouldn't. It's got nothing for me. Because of the car crash, it'll give us some indication as to whether Errol can get how badly affected he's been by what he's been through, basically.
Right.
But it's really heavily tainted by the fact that in the ring, after he fought Sean, they said he was going to fight Danny next anyway, and I wasn't happy about it then at all.
Right. Well, Khalil Levitt in the building. What's up, Uncle Pete? Pete in the building.
Can you hear me, man?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Damn right you can hear me. You damn right you can hear me, DJ.
How do you feel about Rashidi, and where do you see him in the next year or so? Let me tell you something, Khalil. I think Rashidi Ellis is a beast, and he's gonna have to get in the ring and fight, fam. You know what I mean? I think Rashidi's a beast. How do I feel about him? I think he's a beast, but he's got to get in there and fight and get it going. You know what I mean? We got to see more of Rashidi Ellis. I think he's a problem, man. That's what I think about him. But I want to see him prove it. That's the only thing I got to say about Rashidi Ellis, Khalil. Milton Jeff, what's up? Back to the rankings for Wilder. Back to the rankings.
What's the news of Wilder? I don't understand that.
All right, so it's just a stupid narrative by this moron boxing eagle. Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. Fury is ducking Deontay Wilder. That's the new narrative. So, that's what I started talking about. Then we, just got on to a few other things. But Rashidi Ellis, you know about Rashidi Ellis, John Daly?
Oh, shit.
No, I don't really know about him. What's the best fight to go and watch? What's his best fight?
Just he doesn't have like
No, just to give me an idea, just so I can have a look at him.
The thing, he's not one of these fighters that's been like on the scene, so I'm not sure what footage of him you're going to be able to find online. But you could just look up Rashidi Ellis, and he's out of Philly. I'll tell you that. And the kid, he's a nice young talent, but again, he hadn't been in there with the right guys. I think the last time, I don't know what you used, like Vimeo,
How many fights in is he though, D?
You got any film? You have no film on the guy?
No, it's film online. I'm not sure exactly how many.
Well, fucking World Star? World Star? He ain't got one fight on film?
No, he got.
So show the man some fucking, tell him some footage. He's asking you shit.
All right. But I mean, just go into fucking YouTube and punching
All right,
Rashidi.
okay. I was only
Take it
asking to
easy.
see if there's anything you recommended.
No,
But
because
how many?
like, I don't know. It's just like I'm not,
It's
bro.
okay,
I'm
D.
telling you
It's
right now,
okay.
I'm not like marking these guys. Oh,
Yo,
check
D,
out when
D
he
Jeff got
fought this guy
the
and that
grouchy Al
guy. And I'm
Heyman.
like, bro, I'm not. You know, I
It's
gotta
okay,
pull it
D.
up. I got a regular mind like everybody else. I gotta pull it up like everybody else.
Yo, D Jeff's like the grouchy Sam Watson. You know what I'm saying? He's like, fuck, I don't know what fights he's had, whatever. Go find it, man. Fucking, I'm telling you, he's nice.
It's okay,
Oh,
D.
man.
How many fights in is he though? Because if you're saying he hasn't fought the right people, but he's only like 5 or 10 fights in, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I don't know how many total fights he has, John. I don't follow him like that. I'm not.
I'll go and check him out. I'll
I
go and
don't
check him out.
know. Who was that put the Khalil? How many
I like-
fights did Rashidi have?
I like
I'm
D
not
Jeff getting put on the spot.
Ellis expert. I just seen him in a few fights, and I like what I see. I judge in the ring talent, John. I don't go on all these
Yeah.
fighters. And,
But I look at what I see in the ring.
That's what
But
I do.
I always temper that with the level of opposition because it's easy to look good against poor opposition.
But yeah, that's
I like-
true.
I like D Jeff getting put on the spot.
I don't dive into it, man. That's all I'm saying. Like marking those guys, say they got all the history laid out for you, IBT and beats and rhymes. I don't dove into it like that. I go more off of what I see, and I pay attention to level of competition in this era, right? And he hasn't really fought any of the main guys. Nobody's throwing him a bone. So,
But if he's only like, if he's not that experienced, I'm all right with that.
Yeah, well, I don't. Yeah,
I like D Jeff getting put on the spot and pressured about
well,
information.
I'm on the spot. I'm cool with Ice and twice as nice, Uncle Pete.
You can sneak up on D Jeff and find him ready with facts, baby. Come on.
Yeah.
You guys get on Vimeo with some shit, man. What am I?
It's all good anyway. It's not all about facts because I agree. It's like you can look at the history and everything, but for me, certain fighters, when I watch them, I don't like what I see, no matter how good their history is, no matter how good their achievements are.
Right.
It does depend on what I'm seeing.
I'm gonna be serious for 1 second. Don't you think? Because me and Migsy discussed this a long time ago, but for me, I gotta see film with somebody, man. I can't be reading no newspaper, some fucking New York Times article about some dudes hooking off in a baseball stadium. Like, I gotta see film on somebody for reals. Like, I'm not saying they didn't exist. Honestly, I think their style back then was nice. Some of them guys had like these, like, you know, like that the hairstyles and shit. Dope, but on the real though, I can't see like a 30-second, like a flicker, like a black and white flicker, like someone's got a candle behind it of this guy dancing around the ring 10 frames per second, and and really go on that because they're you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure, bro.
I know they're legit, but man, fuck that.
I gotta see it. I gotta see it with my eyes. I gotta look at what I can't go on these resumes. Uncle Bernard Apostrophe said I didn't get the controversy in the Nakatani fight. To be honest, Nakatani was tough game, but he got thoroughly outboxed and beat up in my eyes. Great learning fight for Tio. Exactly. That's how I see it. That's exactly how I see it. Uncle Bernard Apostrophe and True Son said he not in the Google regurgit. No. I'm not exactly true, son. You look at a lot. But you look at a lot of stuff, and then like when you look at certain records and like opponents, and sometimes it doesn't explain. Like this guy had 2 days to notice to fight this guy, or it's all of these fucking variables behind it. So I don't just go fucking jumping on and say, yeah, well, he beat such and such, because if you don't know what the situation was with both opponents outside of that fight, and I'm just not willing to dig into it like that. I fucking touch too many sports for all of that. I don't have time to dig into it like that. So a lot of times I'll be quick to say, bro, I don't know. You know what I mean? Best I can give you is Google, and you can do that yourself. You know what I mean? But I don't
like there's shoulder roll, there's high guard, but then if your style was like the Notre Dame mascot, like that's too far back, man. I can't. You know, like the.
Well, that's kind of like where I am with it all, because I just can't give Sam Langford the greatest fighter of all time because I can't watch his style, because boxing was so different then. I just can't appreciate it. I can't tell you he's better than Sugar Ray Robinson. I know a lot of people feel that he is, and I understand why they do. But when I watch the footage, I'm just like, no, I just can't have it. The
Hey,
footage,
D.
like, it's the style of fighting they used to fight then, because they used to do those marathon matches. So I understand why they fight like that, but I just can't. I can't get on board with it.
Hey, D. Or I'm sorry, who's in the panel with us right now? So I'm not rude.
That's John Bealey.
What's his name?
John.
John?
Yeah, John.
Yeah.
Hey, John, what's up? You two got
Right.
any footage on this kid fighting a southpaw, Teofimo? We got any footage on this kid fighting a southpaw? Any southpaw? Any southpaw? Asian, not Asian? I don't give a shit. 2-0.
Yeah, it's footage on him. I ain't putting on no footage, man.
No, I'm just saying. Have you seen? I'm gonna have to look.
I haven't seen footage of Teofimo fighting a southpaw. And a lot of people think the shoulder roll is going to be a problem.
Nakatani
I'm not so sure.
Orthodox.
Nah, anybody that is worried about his shoulder roll not thinking right now.
Yeah, you can't.
No, I agree with you because oh, why can't I think of his name now? Oh,
anybody that you can't shoulder roll.
No. What's the fat guy that got beat by
Tank Davis?
No. I'm going back. Shoulder
James
rolls.
Toney?
I'm just having a. That's the guy. James Toney
James.
fought southpaws, used the shoulder roll, and he did it fine.
Yeah.
So the shoulder roll can work against the southpaw.
Look, Picasso could paint with fucking watercolors, like with a pencil. He could fucking outdo all of us. That's James Toney. I'm talking about.
Yeah, maybe.
Teofimo's not gonna. I don't even really think that should be a factor, man. Teofimo's not gonna rely on no damn shoulder roll.
You can't. No, you can't.
He's not. That's not. He's gonna come in. He's gonna box much differently than that.
He's gonna have to anyway, because
he's going to. He's going to
have to. But he's brought people into his camp to change his style up, hasn't he? Because I don't think he can afford to be a counter puncher either. I agree with Julius on that. He's gonna have to take it to him a bit.
Teofimo's going, like I said, a couple of days ago on the live. Sometimes you fight guys and there's no need for you to pull certain, and you don't have to use all of these tools that you have. That guy's not the opponent that's going to bring it out of you. Now, Teofimo did a lot of different things in the Nakatani fight, but all people say, oh, Nakatani gave him problems. He didn't fight the damn Nakatani fight in the Philly shell the whole fight. And then people just talk about the damn Philly shell. He didn't just try to fire off the right hand against Nakatani the whole fight. But people say all he has is the right hand. You know what I mean? Even though he knocked the Magdalena out with a double left hook. Like, come on, bro. So anyway,
I'm gonna make an announcement. I'm gonna make an announcement to the boxing community. If you fighting these Asian cats, please do not be trying to headhunt. They don't have a chin, and I'm not being sarcastic, right? Like their mandible, like their jaw is like way smaller than a lot of people's. You know, you trying to fucking tee off on these guys and knock them out, headhunt these guys. When have you ever seen? Remember this kid Kamagai Guerrero? Dude, you can go back and back. Every one of these Asian cats gets in there, and you could fucking tee off like with a baseball bat. Lomachenko included, half Korean. Don't let the Ric Flair fucking road fool you. Half Korean. So I don't understand quite why these guys are trying to fucking, like, you know, the video games where you punch the punching bag for the score. These I'm gonna be nice right now. Asian fellas, these Asian fellas, they're not gonna get clipped, man. You better go to the body, or something Wong. It's gonna be a long night.
Well, I think Luke Campbell showed that the body attack's gonna work on Loma, and if you want to slow him down, you've got to invest into the body anyway.
Man.
You ain't gonna be able to see Loma. I seen Loma. I was watching this like a 24/7 version that Top Rank's got, and it's just Loma sitting with his face in a bowl of water. He's just sitting here like this in a bowl of water, like for 3 minutes. My brother walked in. He goes, "The fuck is he doing?" I go, "Bro, he's gonna listen. He's gonna hit the heavy bag. He's gonna play Jenga. He's gonna fucking dunk his head."
Right, exactly. True sons. You got to be able to have understanding of the stats and theories to interpret information. Many variables, like you say, history needs proper interpretation. Right. That's why I like,
My bad, my bad.
I was arguing with this idiot um on the basketball side of things. Then he just start throwing up these stats, and I'm like, bro, do you understand why? Like this dude didn't even understand why that Celtics team had these stats. Like they had a second team, not their starting team, but their second team could beat the league. Their second team could beat most of the league. And this is why their stats was that way.
Current
You know?
Celtics or going back?
No, the old school Celtics.
Parrish and Lambert, Parrish and Bird and shit.
No. Russell, Havlicek.
Oh, here we go. Black and white.
And so he was, trying to school me on these Celtics. And look at the stats. This is why they did this. And I'm like, he knew nothing about the history of the sport. So if you don't know why they had those dominant stats, the fact that it wasn't nowhere near as many teams in the league as it is today, the fact that no team was prepared to beat a second string team, not their starting team, second team, could beat most of the league. Like this dude, man. People. Like stats mean nothing unless you understand everything surrounding those stats. And I don't pretend to, and I don't fucking know. I don't know what manager called out and whose mom died on the day of the fight and all of this bullshit. And unless you know a lot of that, I don't know that he was just called a week before the fight to come and fill in. I don't know all of that. So if you don't know all of that, you can't just go solely off of stats. So I'm going to see who they fight in this era, and I'm going to judge it by that. I'll go back 2 or 3 years and see who they fought and how they fought their opponents, and that's it. And I'm going to go from there.
Before you go talking about Russell and the Celtics, like they were completely unstoppable, you want to check out the NBA All-Star game when Dr. J, when he did the math and realized that they were not going to be able to win, he fucking went off. He dunked on Bill Russell so fucking hard that he was calling for an offensive. He was begging the ref. I'm talking about it wasn't like that rock the baby shit, but it was like he got fucking pissed. Dr. J went off. Pistol Pete and Dr. J on the same court. Like he did the math and they're not going to be able to win, and he said, all right, fuck it, give me the ball. Nasty. So
there's a reason why he ended up in the NBA. It's the reason why. But Dr. J was a beast, man. One of these guys,
come on,
phenomenon. I think all of the guys in the top 50 at some level, these guys were phenomenons in their own right. I was just talking to a guy last night, Pete, about Robert Allen McAdoo.
McAdoo, yeah.
This dude's shooting skills. I was talking about, man, people talk about the best shooters. Y'all don't know about Bob McAdoo.
He was a six man, wasn't he? He was a six man.
Ice, man. And
he was a six man. He wouldn't even start. They just bring him off the bench.
No, and he drained everything.
At the end of every quarter, he looked like he was drunk at the very end of the bench. He looked like he was basically coach. Look, I just want to get down here, catch a fucking break. If you need 9 points, like right before the end of the half, you got me right.
All right,
unstoppable, bro. Remember, they go. He's putting on a shooting clinic.
For sure.
The guys are commentating. They're like, "Oh my god."
Yeah, he just drain him after drain him. So, yeah, man. But anyway, yeah. So, just wanted to talk about that Tyson Fury. What's up, Pete? It seems like you be jumping on at the ass end of things and all about to shut her down.
I'm busting your chops, DJ. If I wait till you get ready to go. All right, guys. Well, look, it's been 91 minutes. I'm gonna go. That's when I get log on. I log right on with all my notes. I got all kinds of shit to talk about. No, I'm fucking around, man.
Sometimes I go 4 hours. It is. I never can tell. Depend on the topic, and like with this Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder situation. I've been talking about this fight enough. So it's not. This is just really breaking down this stupid narrative that Boxing Ego putting out about Tyson Fury ducking Wilder. I'm like, it just makes no sense. You know what I mean? Outside of that, people bring up the Tank Davis, Neil Santa Cruz situation. We talked about that a little
Oh,
bit.
God, come on.
Yeah,
Come on,
I'm
man.
holding firm on that. I think Tank Davis beats him up pretty good.
I'm
And then,
holding firm. I'm holding firm that I don't give a shit about that fight. But I can sum it up in one sentence for you though. It's an economic situation. They're gonna make Fury AJ before they run this back for the third time. That's all there is. I don't care. Ducking, whatever.
oh, did you hear about Katie
Deontay's
Taylor?
gonna get a check. Deontay's gonna get a check, a very nice check. And you know what? They have to sign their fights in order to receive step aside money. They have to commit to a fight in order to be eligible for step aside money. So you get to see where this is going, right? They're gonna have AJ and Fury before they're gonna get back in the ring with Wilder. Bro, you never know with Wilder, man. You're liable to get fucking clocked with an elbow or some crazy shit. He might karate kick your ass. He might come in there with a fucking Mardi Gras fucking helmet on, right? Like a fucking lights, like the big ass like dragon ones they wear in China. He might fucking like Mike Tyson bit the ear. He might just like go Bruce Lee, like the black Bruce Lee on you. He's a dangerous cat, so they're gonna get paid and then they're gonna come back.
Did you hear about Katie Taylor, Chris Cyborg?
Who is that? Katie Taylor.
Fight. Chris Cyborg is that MMA fighter. Did y'all hear about that? Chris Cyborg talking about crossing over and boxing Katie Taylor.
She already crossed over. I think she already crossed over. God damn.
Yeah, one time, right?
I tell you what, I give her some candy. God damn, trick or treat. I don't want to hear about women fighting, dog. I'm sorry. No disrespect to anybody, especially to you know who? To
Julia
Bales. Who's the chicken here? Bales?
Oh, Lisa Bales?
Yo, Lisa, straight up. I know you think I'm bullshitting, but the first time I seen her name, right, I couldn't see the I and the LS, right? So I go, yo, who's Lisa Balls? God damn, I like that. I like that chick style, bro. You know, it's like Petey Cheeseburger. Like I like what I like my first name. I go, Lisa Balls, good to see you. And she's like, hi. I said, I like your style. I'm in the chat. I'm like, I like your style. Now, not until 2 days later did somebody go Lisa Bales, and here my dumb ass is going, hey baby, what's up, Lisa Balls? I like it. So my shout out to Lisa Bales, man. I'm sorry, I'm an idiot. I couldn't see this.
No. Queen Lisa, she good. Joshua said, I know this is off topic, but what kind of backcourt with LeBron James and Larry Johnson? Oh, I don't know.
Come on.
Yeah, grandmama. Larry Johnson. They used to call him
Syracuse, right? From Syracuse.
Yeah, played with Carolina, I guess, when he was bigger. I mean, they weren't Carolina then, but
Charlotte.
The Hornets, Charlotte Hornets then. But yeah, man.
Let me tell you,
that would be pretty dominant.
Look at LeBron James' forehead. Yo, LeBron James' forehead, man. He got like a George Jefferson forehead, man. God, but listen, I can't get with LeBron. You know why? Because I was in Miami when he. Okay, you never played a game, bro, in the NBA. You never played a game in the NBA. You got this like hidden sweepstakes lottery. Who's going to get you? And you're going to come out with Chris Bosh and D Wade in a Buffalo stance with the smoke and the like you won a championship already. Like they had a trophy already. I remember sitting in a restaurant watching the announcement on ESPN where he's going to go. And they came out like they were they had the cutting the nets down already, and he hadn't played a game yet.
Wow!
At the end of that season, Dirk Nowitzki. Oh boy, was it? Hey, the tears were flowing in Miami that year, boy.
And they beat the hell out of them. And see, this is the thing, this is why I say all of these LeBron fans and talking this Jordan nonsense. You went and you built this super team and you lost with it, dude.
You came in with the wrong attitude, my man. You came in with the wrong attitude, bro. You cannot come out 0 games in the league with the smoke at your feet like this, bro. Like it was like it was Scotty and Michael and like it was, you know what I'm saying? Like it was the Bulls dynasty. Like they haven't played a game yet.
No, they had it like he said, not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5. All you did was produce 2 of those and hightailed it out of there. That's all you did.
The year they brought Bosh. They brought Bosh down from the Hawks. They brought Bosh down from the Hawks, and then they got LeBron. And D Wade was there. Bro, I rooted against him every game.
Allen.
I can't root for that team, man. I can't root for a team like that. I can't get behind him, man. Fuck that.
Yeah, man. It was crazy. But yeah. Aaron Rojas. There's no sense in it. He can't validate that, fam. I was going through that earlier. Like, this dude is an idiot. He always puts out these narratives just so that he can convince people to, you know, listen to that bullshit. Listen, a lot of people want Wilder to win. That's the thing. They know that it's not a good chance, but they just want Wilder to get his belt back. But it doesn't matter the desire. Doesn't matter what they want. He's going to get his ass whippeth again. And that's just the fact. So they might as well delay it or give him time to learn some new tricks or
get
heal
paid,
his
bro.
hand or whatever the hell they delaying it for. Yeah, because Fury's getting ready to fight either Ajit Kabayel,
That shit
Oscar
ain't happening.
Rivas, or let me see, I
Not
say
happening.
Kabayel, Oscar Rivas, or
Nope. Not happening. Not happening.
Okay.
No.
Rematch, auto violin rematch. So
We know no. We know risky that. No risk. The next fight's going to be AJ. And listen,
no,
That's
AJ
it.
want to fight Pulev. Fury don't want to fuck around and get cold, so he's taking a stay busy fight. But here's the thing, though.
how many
Nobody
times are we
is
going to go for this
talking
okey doke,
about-
D? D, how many times are we going to go for this okey doke, man?
I'm not going for
They've had 5, 6, 10 fights signed already. We're going to strip you. He ain't fighting no Pulev. Listen, Pulev's going to get paid to step aside. Pulev's going to get paid to step aside, and so is Wilder. And listen, these it's probably going to happen over in the UAE again. Fury's not leaving any money on the table. They probably get paid like a motherfucker.
Now, Pete, let me tell you something. Not you, Pete. This is P Boxing in here, so I'm gonna say P Boxing since I got.
His name is Pete, isn't it? Pete.
Yes,
That's right.
I'm Pete.
Scalebender.
I'm Pete. He's Pete.
I know, but still it sounds similar. So I'm
You
gonna
call me
say
Scalebender. Call me Scalebender.
look, P
Scalebender.
Boxing. P Boxing.
Oh, boy.
Don't come here with that boxing ego bullshit, dude. Because let him come.
Yo, I'm gonna have my opinion, bro.
Okay,
Yeah,
well, I hope
I'm
your
hearing you.
opinion is not this stupid fucking narrative.
Why are you
that Fury's
censoring him?
fucking Wilder. I
Yo,
hope
why you
that's not your opinion.
Why are you censoring the guy out of the gate, man? You know what he's got to
Because he always
man.
comes over here defending Wilder and these
say.
crazy.
Damn, dude. Damn.
Let me speak. Let me spice things up, yeah. Because obviously you both agree with each other. So obviously I'm from the outside. Do you know what I mean? And let me say something, yeah. Pulev is fighting AJ. That's signed already anyway, so we don't have to worry about it. Do you know what I mean? That's gonna happen like early December. But Fury, he is ducking Wilder, and I'll tell you why. The reason why he's ducking him is because he's getting frustrated. He doesn't. Wilder's been quiet. You know what I mean? Fury, you know, he gets paranoid. You know what I mean? He's in a paranoid mode. That's why he's thinking right now, let me duck Wilder. Let me have another opponent. Let me get more comfortable. Then, you know what? I'm going to fight him next year. You know what I mean? Fury don't want to fight Wilder this year either. Do you know what I mean? They both team want to make this fight next year because of the gate revenue. And you know that.
True. You're right. You're right about that. He's right about that.
Okay,
One
listen.
of the gate money, man. Come on, man. Let's be real.
True. You're right. You're right about that.
Okay, gate money is one thing. You can't
you're
come talking about no Fury's ducking Wilder because Al Heyman and Bob and Arum want to hold the fight off. Get the fuck out of here with that.
Wait a minute now. Hold on now. First of all, yo, P Boxing. Don't say D Jefferson and I agree. We don't agree on jack shit, man. We're like Ebony and Ivory, but that's it, baby. We disagree. I bust this guy's balls. That's why I come on here at minute number 91.
Me too.
Oh, I love it. I love to give this guy hell, boy. I give him hell. Now listen. Now all I'm saying is this, bro. I think what he's saying though is that when you're saying he's ducking, Fury's ducking Wilder, I'm just saying like straight up. Around here, they use that term for like he don't want none of it. Like he's like afraid he got some issue. Yeah. You're just saying that he's in no rush. He gives a shit.
Wilder ain't fighting nobody. Fury's fighting a tune-up, a stay busy fight, and then he's fighting Wilder. And in between, Wilder's fighting no one. And that fight's never been called off for P and Boxing Eagle and these idiots to be talking about a duck. You cannot duck a fight that's still on. They're still scheduled to fight. Nobody called this fight off.
Yeah, but D, they can schedule a fight. But D, he's just saying like next. He's saying next. He don't mean like I agree to fight you 5 fights.
Wilder didn't sign for a date. He didn't make any terms. They were supposed to fight. Wilder said nothing. He said, "Where you at, you big dosa?" He's been quiet. Charlie Single's been quiet. Al Haney's been quiet. The motherfuckers ain't been saying nothing. So here's the thing: if you're gonna fuck around and let your hand heal, and you want to learn some new tricks from your new so-called trainers, then I'm just gonna take this stay busy fight and let me know when you're ready, you Dulcer. But the fight has never been called off. Even Suleiman came and said the fight is still on. Al Heyman ain't called it off.
Okay, all right.
Ain't called it off. Frank Warren ain't called it off. This is a fucking boxing ego narrative. And this
I
is
don't
why
know what we're talking about. Use ego. Listen, I don't know who
It's not
boxing
just
ego is.
ego. It's not
Calm
just
down,
boxing
D.
ego.
Goddamn, D. Calm down, man. You're gonna
Calm
fucking,
down, D. Listen. It's not
you're gonna
just boxing
fucking knock
ego.
your green screen over, you motherfucker.
Listen. Oh, Fury.
You
Listen,
say he walks
Fury
off?
made,
Oh, get back here, bitch.
Fury made about 40 million, yeah, like last fight, yeah. Why can't he just sit down and wait until the fight happens? But guess what? He wants to basically a tune-up because he's not confident enough to fight Wilder next. You see what I'm getting at?
No, that's a
He's
damn
shaking.
lie, Pete.
Yeah, but
I don't see
Boxing,
what
you
you're
believe
getting
it?
at because it's bullshit. It's
Boxing,
not
you
about
believe
not
it?
playing Wilder next. Wilder is the one who's not doing anything, Pete. He's not making any moves. He's not signing his side of the deal. And so Fury's not going to sit around waiting for Wilder to twiddle his damn thumbs and let his hand heal and
Powder
just
his
sit
nose.
there and do nothing, not make any money. He can make a couple of $1 million beating up Otto Wallin or Oscar Rivas or something. Why should he sit around waiting for Wilder to twiddle his goddamn thumbs? Get out of here with that.
Hey, speaking of nose, though, speaking of make some money, you guys remember when y'all remember when the AJ Ruiz rematch over in the UAE or wherever the fuck is that, Saudi, wherever the fuck it was at. You remember the presser they had where it was just Eddie Hearn up there, like at the podium alone, like with no AJ and no like it was no, but it was like the stage and he announced it, but no AJ and no Ruiz. Ruiz was talking about he was security, he didn't know about security, he wanted, listen, the reason he did it looks so fucking corny, but the reason he did that is because you got to show that the fight, there's a step towards the fight. It was him and it was one of these like Arab yuppie looking dudes with the, with the aviator shades on and the all white. So it was like they were announcing this fight, this great fucking, they're going to build a stadium for this. They got to get it out there because now we're on the table that we got to fight. And otherwise it's just someone's word against someone's word. Every time they make these tune-up fights, they sign these fights, right? They're telling these, okay, listen, I'm going to go ahead and say it. Arabs, listen, you guys get together like 70 mil. You don't even have to have a crowd there. It could just be like you, 70 virgins feeding you grapes and shit. You know what I mean? Like it could be a private little affair. Who gives a shit, right? And you got to have Wilder. You got to have Wilder get paid step aside money. Let him heal his bicep. Let him hire another trainer. I'm sure he's going to come back like Ali, basically. And then AJ's got to sign this fight with, who is it, Pulev? Because he's the mandatory and he's going to get paid his step aside money. And those belts ain't stripping nobody. Nah, nobody. Next fight you see AJ and Fury's going to be in with each other. Thank you.
Right.
Okay. What? Sorry. Did he say?
Hold on. Let me take this right quick, Pete. Jeff, he said, who the hell said Fury ducking Wilder? Well, let me tell you, Jeff. First, I heard Boxing Ego is where I heard it from. Because as soon as he dropped his video, somebody sent me a DM. So I heard that idiot say it. And then I heard,
That idiot.
I heard 3 channels say it. And now, today, we're hearing P Boxing say it, Jeff. P Boxing, right here on this very panel. Those are the people who are saying this tomfoolery. So, go ahead, P.
Nah, I mean, I don't know if Pete just said the next fight after the tune-up Fury. Is he gonna fight? Is he fighting? Did he say he's fighting AJ next?
No. See, that's the thing. You listen to the narratives instead of listening to me. I give the
Uncle
two.
Petey spoke. That was Uncle Petey speaking, laying that fucking dropping knowledge on you. Go ahead, D.
So here it is. He's fighting whoever. It could be Wallin in the rematch. It could be Oscar Rivas. It could be Ajit Kabayel. It could be either one of those 3. And then he's fighting Wilder. Fury AJ stuff is happening after Wilder. That fight with Wilder, that trilogy has not been called off, Pete. This is why this dumbass Boxing Eagle and this ridiculous narrative makes no sense because you cannot be ducking a fight that has not been called off. Boxing Eagle, you idiot. And anybody else, you idiots.
I'm with them. So you might as well call me idiot. But listen.
No. Fuck
You
that.
win.
Yo, P.
All right. Listen.
Hold on, D. You can sign a fight. I can sign a goddamn 5-fight trilogy. But if we never fucking fight and there's no dates on it, the fuck does it matter?
And it's no date on it because Deontay Wilder is in a cave with his fucking cell phone and internet turned off, and ain't nobody heard of him, not on social media or nowhere else. And he's fucking hiding.
He's school this motherfucker up.
He's
P,
in
help
the
me
car,
out, please.
hanging upside down. Like
Listen to me. D, listen to me for the love of sport. Listen to me, man. Listen. Wilder, yeah, he's waiting. Yeah, I believe it's obviously like the reason why Fury is ducking because the day was already set. But Bob Arum, yeah, like remember when they said the Raider Stadium, yeah. Basically, that fight was supposed to happen in the Raider Stadium around the 17th or the 19th of December.
Right.
But Bob Arum, yeah, is saying like, oh, we need crowds. I haven't heard Al Heyman doesn't speak to people. It's Bob. You know what I mean? Bob speaks to whoever wants to listen. Do you know what I mean? And Bob is the one that wants money. And Fury is happy with that. Remember, Fury is a gypsy. They love money. Do you get me? Right. So that's the reason why I'm blaming Fury. I'm not saying he's totally ducking the whole fight. I'm saying he's ducking it right now to gain more money in the future. And
that makes sense.
Wilder minds that if Fury has a tune-up, you know what I mean. But the problem is, what if Fury loses this fight, this tune-up? It's gonna fuck up everything, man. You idiot.
Right.
It only makes sense if Wilder will sign in his side of the contract. Well, see, it makes zero sense because, like I keep telling you, and you keep shooting right by it, is Wilder his side is not giving anything. They already signed for a trilogy. Understand this. The trilogy was already signed. Now, this is something that not your Wilder team has disagreed with, Pete. They had to respond by a certain date. Guess what? The Wilder team has not responded. So if there's any discrepancies in the fucking trilogy that they signed for, it's because Wilder and that team, that side, they've not spoken up or anything. This is why they were given an ultimatum to respond by a certain time. But here's the thing.
Ultimatum.
Here's the thing. Top Rank, Frank Warren, the WBC, no one's called that fight off. So with that being said, the only people we had to hear from, the only response that we needed was from Deontay Wilder's side.
But D, you know what?
In that logic, your fucking whole.
But D, you know, P's got a point though.
It makes no sense.
Hold on.
It makes no sense.
P's got a point though. Listen, he brings up a good point. Do either one of them want to have this fight with no gate, with no live gate?
I'm not arguing.
Hold on, Al Heyman with the fucking flat brim. Oh, you hold on now. Uncle P's talking.
All right.
Hey, P, you saw that, P? You saw I handled that, right? I'm just fucking around. But listen,
I don't know why
all I'm saying is this, right? No live gate, that matters. And then look, but I will say to P though, look, P, why would Fury after that last fight? Why would he be apprehensive about fighting? I mean, in other words, like I can see after the first fight, hey, it was close. You know what I'm saying? I could take that knockdown at the end, but he just fucking ran over him like like me running over like a fucking toddler. Like it just blew him out at 5 rounds. Why would the fuck would he care? I mean, it's not
Pete, let me explain to you something. Pete, let me explain to you something.
Go ahead.
If you watch that fight and if you watch the first fight, you know Wilder wasn't expecting that type of Fury. A man that was 273 pounds. You know what I mean? That was a good game plan from Fury. Like, obviously, you guys know where I stand in this. I've accused Fury. I still believe that he cheated. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And at the same time, he came in heavy as well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not only did he cheat with the glove gate, he also came in heavy. This guy was prepared. I don't think Wilder was ready for this. Now it doesn't even matter if Fury cheats or not. Wilder's gonna be ready now. There's gonna be no excuses in the third one. I ain't gonna say shit if Fury wins. Do you know what I mean? I'm very confident that Wilder will get his belt back. You guys can call me delusional, a weirdo, whatever,
No.
crazy. I lost my mind.
No,
You
no,
know
no.
what? You're only as good as your last fight. Fury struggled against Otto Warling. Yeah,
No, you're
a
right. You're right.
bomb. Yeah. Then he went into the fight. You know what I mean? Then he went to the Wilder fight, and he beat Wilder. Do you know what I mean? At the same time, that wasn't a Wilder that wasn't ready. You know what I mean? He wasn't ready. This is why this fight everyone should watch. This is going to be the decider. This fight will decide. Will decide. There will be no excuse. I don't care whatever anyone says. I will give Fury the credit in the third fight. You know what I mean?
Man, no, listen. Fury's credit first and foremost. Don't rely on you or any of these fucking Wilder fans
Listen
that
to
believe
DJ.
this ducking narrative.
Listen to
You
DJ.
idiots. That's number
Listen to
one.
DJ.
You're not wrong if y'all give them any damn credit. Get the fuck out of here. He already took credit from Wilder not being able to beat him in the first fight. Well, the onus wasn't on Fury. It was on the champion who's supposed to be up there with Ali and all these title defenses. The onus was on him to be the 400-pound guy coming off of a freaking 2.5-year layoff. It was Wilder that should have just dismantled him, but he couldn't get the job. And then he lets this guy get in shape on him, right? Not the shape he was in the first fight, but the physical shape, the muscular shape that he was in the second fight. And he allowed this same guy to beat the living shit out of him. Now, you guys have zero proof on the cheating, the gloves, the water, the dope in the water, whatever the fuck, the metal, whatever you guys saying he did.
Fucking mask. That mask with a ton, bro. That mask with a ton, bro.
Said that he did the gloves, whatever.
Yo, you see that mask he was wearing with a ton, bro.
Yeah, and then they threw some lead weights in his mask that had to weigh him down.
You saw that shit? The red lights?
Is that you guys claim that he cheated on. He have no proof of none of that. None of it.
All right.
I have no proof. That's just a fucking. The facts are Fury beat the shit out of Wilder in the second fight. He beat the shit out of him, and he's gonna beat the shit out of him in the third fight. And shout out to True Son with the super chat. He said Wilder's in the Plato's caves of twerking.
He's what?
Can I just say something? You want to say twerking, yeah? We'll see. Fury, everyone wants to talk about Deontay Wilder twerking for his wife, yeah? Let me tell you something, yeah? Why didn't any of you guys came out when Fury, you know what I mean, said about AJ that he's got a big dick, and when he picked up Stephen Stafari inside the ring and kissed him.
Pause.
He kissed Stephen Stafari in the
mouth.
Heard
that, Pete. I never even heard
anything about that.
No, because I never even heard that. As far as Stephen Safari, I flame Fury for that. So get out of here.
And he said something about Anthony Joshua about how big his dick is. So he's.
I don't remember.
I remember that. It's on Google. Do your research. It's on Google.
Hey, let's get this thing back on track, man. Let's get this back on track. Pause. Now listen. I'm gonna tell you, P Boxing got a point. He did get caught in the second fight. It could go either way. But I do agree with P Boxing, man. I'm sorry, man, but the first fight, funky business with them gloves, man. That's funky ass business right there. But hey, listen, I do that all the time, man. Like, I don't let Jack Reese touch my fucking gloves either. You know what I'm saying? Like, watch out, dude. You know what? Listen, you're probably right. The mask weighed a goddamn ton. The red lights threw him off. But both you got a point. D. If they sign for 3 fights with no dates and no penalties, well then, like, I'm not saying like no disrespect to my wife or anything, but what's her name, man? Damn. I can't remember this chick. Used to be married to Charlie Sheen, you know what I'm talking about?
Denise Richards.
Denise Richards, yeah. She's contracted to give me a blowjob, you know what I'm saying? Like we've already got agreed to that on paper, but like there's no dates, there's no money, she don't know me, she don't fucking nothing. So like, I could write that up, but
man, I don't even know about
what good's a trilogy contract if there's no dates and penalties, man? I mean, shit. But I must say to you though, man, if there's no gate, that's gonna be a problem. And the next fight you're gonna see is AJ and Fury.
Yeah, exactly.
At oil money,
Yeah, I don't know, man. I've never heard that. Hey, Angel, I agree with you. I don't know what the motives are. I don't know what any of that has to do. P boxing always brings up these little obscure things to try to point out that people don't keep the same. And it's not about me keeping the same energy. I don't give a fuck about those obscure things that P boxing brings up because my channel's not biased at any level. I defend Wilder as much as I trash him. But when I'm trashing them on something, I'm not trying to hear nobody's bullshit. Especially this stupid ass narrative that Ego came up with, trying to say that Tyson Fury is ducking Deontay Wilder. It makes no fucking sense. He beat the shit out of him. He has no reason to duck him at all. He beat the shit out of him. You can't beat me. I took your fucking belt. I don't need to duck you. I will beat your ass, or better yet, I will whip your ass again.
You have a track record, though. Look, I'm speaking to Tyson Fury right now. I'm speaking to Tyson Fury. You have a track record, right?
Yeah.
You have a track record of not accepting your rematch clause with Vladimir Klitschko, right? And the first fight with Fury, you didn't want to fight him straight away, didn't you? Right? You didn't want to fight him. You waited until like a year after to fight him.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the thing. Like, he could be playing games. Fury is smart at that. He likes to avoid people, especially he wants to get get him off guard when Wilder is not angry anymore. Right now, Wilder is on fire. Yeah, Fury is trying to he's trying to play games, man.
Wait. How is Wilder on fire? He couldn't put out a 400-pound man off of a layoff, and then he got beaten. What fire is he on?
Layoff? What are you talking about?
He's
Wilder's on fire. How? Wow. He's hiding in the cave. He's hiding in the cave, just like True Son says. You haven't heard anything from him, so he's not on fire in the media because you're not hearing anything from him.
Layoff.
He got his ass whippeth in the last fight, and he's going to get his ass whippeth in the second fight. So how is he on fire, fam? This dude is cold as ice. Unheard of.
Are you joking? Are you hearing yourself?
No. Look, listen.
I know you're a Fury fan.
Hold on. I want you to go right now. You like Google. So go to Google
right now. I'm gonna look into this.
Go to Google Trends. Yeah, you can do it, Pete. Go to Google Trends and then do the comparison. Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder. Bro, people are searching for Tyson Fury all over the world. Way more. Deontay Wilder got a little 3-corner state. In the United States, he has a little 3 states in this little corner, and that's Alabama and them right around here. Everywhere else, they searching Tyson Fury. Don't nobody give a shit about Wilder. But you
kick back, D. Kick back.
Wait.
Nobody gives a shit about Wilder, but you and the LDBC. Dead ass. I'm dead ass serious. Don't nobody give a rat's ass. Period. That's the fact.
Listen to me. You said layoff, yeah? Yeah? What layoff are you talking about? When Fury came back to boxing, yeah, he fought Stephen Steferi, then he fought that piano guy, Penietta, whatever his name is, yeah? Then he fought Wilder, yeah? Okay, so that's 3 fights, right? Then he fought Tom Schwartz, then he fought Otto Walling. How many fights is that? Do the maths. That's 5 fights after he fought Wilder for the second time. What the hell are you going to say layoff? Are you smoking crack?
How many times did Wilder beat him, Pete? How many times did Wilder beat him? None.
Arguably beat him the first fight,
man. 4 days ago, bro. 4 days ago, my man's on the mic. Where's D. Jefferson been? God damn, D.
We just talked about this earlier. What Floyd said.
No. I don't give a shit what Floyd said.
Hold up. You think he beat me? Let's run it back. That's what you do. You think he beat me? You think it was controversy in the first fight? Let's run it back. Tyson Fury ran it back and beat the shit out of Wilder. No question no more. The only people who got a question is you, P, and your LDBC buddies. Y'all the only ones who got a question. Nobody else has a question because the question was answered after the controversial fight. We rematch it. So since this first fight was controversial, let's do it again. Canelo Alvarez, GGG. Oh, controversial first fight. Let's do it again. Clean up all the mistakes. Second fight.
Okay, why did Fury sign for a contract for a rematch? Why?
He was coked up at the time.
No. When he beat when he signed for when they signed the fight I think they signed it around about November, yeah.
He told
So
you
why
why.
did he sign for a rematch?
He
If
told
he
you
knew
why.
he was gonna beat him.
He told you why, Pete. Because Wilder gave him the opportunity, so he was going to give the big doser the opportunity back, and that's what he did. He gave him the opportunity back to get another shot, and he beat his ass and took his hardware.
I'm telling you now, Deontay Wilder is medicating right now. He is basically the
Oh,
zone
so
that
you
is
think
at now. Yeah,
Trump
you
on
guys
the-
don't get it, yeah.
That's what you're saying.
Like Trump.
Look at that! Look at that! Look at that footwork. Wilder ain't ready for
Give me
that.
a break, man. Give me a fucking break with this
Look,
guy.
look,
Man.
Wilder ain't ready,
Oh,
son.
Pete, are you Pete? Are you Fury fan? Yeah.
Look at
I
the feet.
can't. What's that, Pete? What?
Are you a Fury fan as well? Just to know.
No.
Look at the
I mean,
feet.
I don't got no problem with him, but
Look at him. He's cheesy. Like he's
oh,
not a likable guy, Fury, man.
oh.
he's what?
He's not a likable guy. Like like he got so much shit. So much
You know what?
shit.
You know what? I like the whole.
You got Wilder.
Damn, listen to G. Jefferson, bro. This guy's off the fucking. She's on fucking level 10 today, bro. I swear to God. I'm going to Ohio and shut you down, man.
You get
Hey, listen. Let him compete to get a
guy.
word in, man. Let him compete to get a word in. All I'm saying, I did like the, you know, I went on a damn cheeseburger and Coke binge for 2 years, and my mind wasn't right, and I'm back in it. And if you have mental, you know, like if anybody out there struggling, you can come back. I like that narrative in the first fight. I did. But otherwise, you know what I'm saying? He's a shit talker. I like that. But the thing about the weight thing that you're talking about, though, is like he came in at 270. Like, what was he supposed to come in at? Like 250? Like, what? They're heavyweights. I mean, it's not like shit. I'm 275 right now. I could be 240 like 2 months from now, and then back there and back again, you know? I don't think that 40 pounds is gonna mean much, man.
I think it would, because you have to remember, you know, Wilder was about 231 to be precise, yeah, and
Yeah.
Fury was 273 pounds. Okay, so when you combine that, like that's like he's like more than 40 pounds heavier than him. So that will be on his favor, especially when I'm headlocking you, when I'm pushing you, when I'm grabbing you, you're gonna lose guard, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What's your point?
If I do more than you and I start like pushing you, grabbing you, bullying you, like that will wear on you, bro, man. You're only human, bro, man. Do you know what I mean?
That's how I got my wife.
So it's going to wear on him again. He's going to get his ass whipped again.
Why do you keep rubbing it in? He did get caught.
He doesn't want to understand the reality. If it's a guy,
I think you guys are actually like on the same page, believe it or not.
it's no need to say that this guy is ducking me. Like, it's easy
Okay,
work.
yeah, I agree with you. Ducking is like a weird word. Ducking brings up a weird, like ducking, like, you know, Mayweather ducking pack, you know, like that brings up a weird kind of connotation. You guys basically are intense to the way agreeing with each other. If you all just shut the fuck
Okay, I
up.
want to say something quickly. I don't think ducking is the right word to use.
Yeah, right.
At the same time, like Fury, obviously, I believe he's the guy that's actually pushing this fight. Do you know what I mean? I think he's pushing it.
But like you said, no live gate. I mean, like they want to get paid for this shit, right? Like
absolutely.
If YouTube was down right now, would DJ be having this stream, you know, having this hangout? No, he'd kick us both off. He'd fucking go. He's a selfish motherfucker. He wants publicity. He's a goddamn over talking, you know, motherfucker DJ boy. Yo, where you at, P Boxing? If I get you a one-way flight to Columbus, Ohio to kick some ass, would you go? Would you hop on a jet for me, man? Handle this guy?
No, because now P already know. P Boxing already know.
He already ran his neighbors off. You heard about that, P? He already ran his damn neighbors off.
There it is.
Yeah, I pressed the wrong button, man. I'm not good with computers.
Not good with what?
Good with computers.
You're not good with Wilder either.
Commuters.
But listen, I'm telling you now something. Yeah, this third fight will be interesting. Yeah, I don't know who's gonna win. I still got Wilder, obviously. You know what I mean? I still got Wilder beating him, I believe. Sometimes you have to believe, you know what I mean?
You're a Wilder fan, huh? You're a Wilder fan. You're a Wilder fan.
I'm actually AJ fan, to be honest, but Wilder is my favorite fighter.
Nice.
Yeah. I believe.
You know, ain't nothing wrong with belief. You know, having belief, but For Wilder, you can believe in him, but all hope is lost, son.
Dude, he's a fucking head case, and Fury's probably powdering his both nostrils right now. AJ's really the man. He's buff as hell. He's buff.
This is the heavyweight division, man. Look what happened to Dillian White. Dillian White was beating Povetkin, yeah?
That was a good
He
fight.
was beating the shit out of Povetkin for like 4 rounds, yeah? And then the 5th round, he was supposed to get him out of there. What happened to him? He got chinned, bro, man. He got chinned by the Russian assassin.
You
know what I mean?
I was watching that fight. I heard from y'all what happened in the fight, so I was watching it with my dad. And when I seen fucking Povetkin laid out, when I seen Povetkin laid out, I go, "What the fuck is going on here? This is not what these guys said was going on. Like I got wrong information." And oh boy, did that last chapter, boy, I tell you what, that was a hell of a punch, boy. Hell of a punch.
It was an uppercut. It was a left uppercut.
I think I've always thought that it's too soon, man. It's too soon for him to take this fight on that turnaround like that. What's up? How can anyone favor Wilder if they fight again? Because they're nuts. That's the only answer I can give you, B. They're absolutely 100% nuts.
If them Saudis come with that 75 million, you think they're gonna AJ and Fury next? If they come with 75 mil, 100 mil? Answer the question. I want to hear it.
You said what?
Right. You damn right they would.
Yeah, they'll sell quick. That's why I said, unfortunately for Anthony Joshua versus Fury, it would be very unfortunate for UK fans if they didn't get that fight. Well,
it actually worked out good for him though, D. It actually worked out good because it was like 3 hours behind.
Since I'm in the UK, can I quickly interrupt? Yeah.
Go ahead.
The AJ Fury fight, that's only big in the UK. Okay, that's only big in the UK. But guess what? Fury said, "Yeah, I am not gonna fight in the UK ever again. The UK people don't like me. I'm not loved in the UK. You know what I mean? He wants to build his name in America. That's what he said out of his own mouth. Do you know what I mean? I'm not lying here. Do you know what I mean? You guys know it. And now
he can promote.
Make the fight outside the UK. That ain't gonna be big. Come on, man. It's only big in the UK. Other than that, ain't gonna be
what
big.
About AJ Ruiz?
It's gonna be interesting. I spoke to a lot of Americans. Okay. AJ is highly known in America, and Fury is highly known in America because it all shows when he fought against Otto Wallin. He didn't sell.
What about AJ and Ruiz though?
Hold on.
What do the Arabs care about that? They just pay the money though. I don't give a fuck if they care or don't.
Pete, hold on for a second. I don't give a fuck what Pete Boxing is talking about right now. Because I heard this dingleberry ass Fanon. I have heard personally I have heard personally BFTB say this exact same bullshit. Okay? I'm not trying to hear this dumb shit, Pete. First and foremost, understand this. What makes fights big is money. The Saudis have the money. And none of them can out-person the Saudis, first off, Pete. So you keep listening to these fucking LDBC narratives, and I know that that's an LDBC narrative because I've debunked that bullshit and offered all of those idiots to come over here and debate me, and they will not. So don't bring that
talking about what he said, bro. What are you talking about?
Because it's going to get squashed every time. The Saudis can afford this fight. Don't bring that dumb shit over here about how the Saudis can't afford this fight and all of that bullshit. Yes, they can, and that's the danger. That's the danger of the UK losing the fight. That's the danger right there. The Saudis purchasing it and giving AJ and Fury all the money they want. And guess what else? Everybody else will view that fight on TV because outside of the arena, outside of the fans coming in, the pay-per-views are going to fucking sell regardless. Believe that. So stop with the bullshit fucking LDBC narratives, man. Because tell those guys that you hear it from.
Fucking ornery today, bro.
No. Let me interrupt you. I'm gonna interrupt you.
You're ornery.
I'm gonna interrupt you. I have to jump in quickly because you know why? You're talking about people from the America that what they're talking about. Yeah, listen. I'm saying exactly what Fury said. Fury said he's not gonna fight in the UK no more because he gets no respect. And now, if he fights out to the UK, it ain't gonna be that big, bro. I'm telling you now. If it happens in the UK, it's gonna be big. First of all, he needs to get a license as well because he hasn't got no license. because he said he's not interested in fighting in the UK anymore. And then his fans, once to defend him, saying, "Oh yeah, don't believe what Fury says."
All right, P. I'm gonna defend D Jeff here. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm gonna defend D Jeff. If you just be quiet for a second, he's ornery today, bro. This guy's agitated. Listen.
No, I'm not
P. No, hold on. P. Slick Rick the Ruler. You sound like Slick Rick. Remember that rapper back in the day? Yo, check it out, man. All I can tell you is this, man. Like, it can't happen in the States really because look, AJ's fights air for free on DAZN in the States, so we get his fight regardless. It's not going to be a pay-per-view for us. So AJ is not going to do that in the States because you might as well let us get it for free on DAZN at fucking 5 o'clock in the morning. You know what I mean? And actually make some money on the deal. Tyson Fury will fight in the UK tomorrow. He'll fight in Buckingham Palace, motherfucker, if they're going to bring his check. You know what I mean? Like his chips with dip. If you give me his chips with dip, then he'll fucking fight, like where the beef, like where the beef eaters stand, like right there, man. Hook off right there, no problem. But in all seriousness, though, you're right about no live gate. I don't know why D Jeff is so fucking ornery. All these people, I don't even know who the hell he's answering to, but all I can tell you is like it ain't worth it for either one of them to risk getting screwed up, either losing a belt or getting hurt. Let them Saudis come on with that 60. If they paid 50 mil for AJ and Ruiz rematch and built them a stadium, what the fuck are they gonna do for these two guys? Man, it's gonna be like a fucking magic carpet, like a fucking. It's gonna be like it's gonna be like I don't know what, man. Return of the damn. It's gonna be like a damn.
Pete. I'm looking at the chat. Yeah, people saying that. Oh, I'm basically radicalized by the LDBC. Listen, everything that I'm saying is my opinion. It's my own narrative.
I agree with that. Yeah, you got the right to say.
I read a lot of stuff. I see newspapers. Yeah. Listen,
okay.
I hardly watch videos anymore. Listen, I hardly watch YouTube videos no more because I'm a busy person. I read when I wake up in the morning. I read articles. I watch IFL. I see what Fury is up to. I see what Wilder if he makes any Instagram video or AJ. You know what I mean? I look into these things. I do my research. Yeah. Nice. So I'm saying, yeah, Fury's fight. Yeah, there's no way that's gonna be big anywhere else. Yeah. Even if the Arabs pay money like 50 million, blah blah blah, that ain't gonna be that big. It ain't gonna be as big as in Wembley in the UK. That's a Wembley fight, bro, man.
Money wise,
the UK fans are gonna be disappointed because we never had an undisputed in the UK. We never had that.
You know what? They'll take a pay cut. They'll do the UK for free.
He's gonna be a trader. He's a trader. If he makes his fight out, if this fight happens outside the UK, it's because of Fury's fault. I'm telling you now. It's not even about money, bro. It's about the UK never had it undisputed. Yeah. So I'm not interested in that fight if it doesn't happen in the UK. Straightforward, man.
Whatever, bro. It don't matter. I already said it would be a travesty for the UK. It would be terrible for the UK. But for the boxing fans, we're not all from the UK. Motherfucker, I want to see 4-belt undisputed at any cost. And although it would be unfortunate for the UK, I want to see 4-belt undisputed at heavyweight at all costs. I don't hold anything
at all costs, bar none.
About it being in the UK or not in the UK. I don't give two shits.
Because you had undisputed. You had undisputed in your country.
Yeah, I don't have to give a damn. I want to see the fight. That is your personal UK. That's your lineage, your ethnic. Whatever, that's on you. I don't give a shit. I want to see them fight. I don't care if it's in Japan, Okinawa, fucking Russia, nigga. Konnichiwa. I don't give a fuck where they fight. I want to see them fight. I don't care.
Oh, you know what? He might not get licensed in the UK because of that. Remember that Aerosmith ballad he sang after the Klitschko fight. Remember that fucking shit he sang to his wife. That Aerosmith. Oh. That was fucking hideous.
Man, I don't even listen to Fury. I don't know why people want to call Fury a liar and know he's full of shit on every other level. But now we're supposed to listen to Fury about not fighting in the UK. Get the fuck out of here. As soon as they get that motherfucker a big enough check, he going right over in the UK, wherever the fuck they want him to fight, get in the ring and fight. Don't listen. Now you want to listen to Fury? Now you want to take him by his word? Now he has all the fucking integrity in the world, P-Boxing? Get the fuck out of here. That dude's gonna go where the money is. You know why he took that first situation? For the $80 million goddamn dollar contract with ESPN. That's why he ducked that first situation, for where the money is. So don't tell me that he won't fight in the UK if the money is there. Get the fuck out of here with this shit, bro. Y'all just say the dumb shit so it can fit these stupid fucking narratives. And I break them shits down, dissect them, because they're stupid fucking narratives. And you
Fucking
can say
ornery,
you're not
man. This guy's
influenced by
ornery today, bro. This guy's ornery today, man.
I know it's about to explode.
Yeah, he's fucking pissy, man.
Your free thoughts is always their fucking narratives, P-Box. And your free thoughts by yourself, not listening to them, always
I am
line up
listening
with
to
their exact
myself.
fucking
I'm a
narrative.
grown man. Listen to me. Listen to me. I've said to you, yeah, listen, the money is in the UK, bro. Wembley holds 90,000. But when there's a boxing event, they're gonna do 100,000, bro.
Yeah, they should do it in Zaire, bro.
people
They should do it in
go there.
Zaire. 150,000. Come on.
Exactly. No, but I'm saying the UK that we're talking about in terms of the UK, like, you know, this fight being big. And without the UK, this fight ain't gonna be big, bro. I'm telling you.
Yes, it
This has
is.
to be UK.
No, it doesn't.
No or ifs. There's no negotiations, man.
The Saudis can pick it up, and it'll be big. The Saudis can pick it up and
No,
cover
it was
it.
only 3 hours behind you guys, right? It was only 3 hours. So, like, basically, instead of at midnight, you're watching it at 9 o'clock at night.
You don't understand shit,
Kick back,
bro.
UK. Kick back and relax, baby.
These dudes are sheiks. They're sheiks. They got all the money in the world. They can cover the expenses. Bob Arum and go to them, and Eddie Hearn and go to them like, listen, man, we're going to lose this money. Okay, boom, there it is. And they cover that shit you talking about, Pete. Because if they want to build a great big stadium for one fight, guess what they'll do? They'll fucking manufacture and build a great big stadium for just that one fight because they got fucking money to blow, Pete. Don't fucking sit here and tell me that the Saudis cannot buy out that fight. It's just not being realistic.
All right, man, calm down. Hey, but listen, though. Yo, P-Boxing, you ever see Benny Hill? That's what you need to give D. Jeff a Benny Hill. Lick your hand and smack him in the back of the head. Remember Benny Hill?
Yeah.
That shit was cold-blooded. That shit was cold-blooded, right?
Listen, Pete, I'm not frustrated with Pete boxing.
But you got to like the Zen background.
It's perplexing to me that he's carrying on with these LDBC now. I want to know this.
So we forgot about the LDBC. Talk to me. We're not here to talk about LDBC. Let's talk to me for
those guys to come debate me because you keep losing. Go tell BFTV, Fanon. Go tell
let's
these
not talk about me. I'm talking. Let's talk about Pete. D
but your narratives are the same as theirs.
Keep it down right now.
It's the same. It's the same narratives. Same exact shit. You're saying these same exact foolishness that they're saying.
D. I see that. Look at the comment he puts up. I agree. D. Go, God.
Yeah,
listen.
I mean,
Listen. The kid says he wakes up.
The exact same shit that P is saying. But he claims it's just out of his
run a channel that everyone agrees with you, basically. And if they don't agree
no.
And you want to say something about the LDBC. See what I mean? You're the same then, isn't it?
You're not going to go there. Because when I go on other channels, and you've been there, and I body bag your ass on these silly narratives, they agree with me on there. It's not even my channel. You can come meet me in the Kumite, and they'll agree with me there.
The Kumite.
I will debate you personally on Blood's channel, which is LDBC. Set it up. Call your buddy and set it up, and you will lose there too. Because as simple as this, fam, there is no just agreeing with the fucking truth. The truth is the fucking truth. And all the Dante and fucking Ego and anybody that ride off of those stupid fucking narratives, that's bullshit. So it's easy for me to get through bullshit. It's a bullshit narrative. And whether you're a free thinker or not, it always ends up, was coincidentally ending up the same bullshit they're saying. The same exact bullshit. And none of you motherfuckers have any validity on it. None of you. It's nothing.
Hey, guys, I'm gonna jump off. Listen, my brother, my two brothers, all right? I'm gonna jump off, man. I'm getting a little uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? These black fellas start getting a little, it started getting a little crowded in here. I'm gonna make my way out the door. Uncle P gonna jet. I've been working. I've been working for 3 days straight. Okay, I don't need to get involved in this kind of nonsense, Rondell. But listen, D Jeff, you're definitely ornery today, bro. You're definitely like a little bit ornery. Yo, P boxing. I don't know why you sound like Slick Rick, but I like that style.
I'll go into a minute.
Ho. Shh. And listen, you don't have to talk about. I know you get up and read and follow the news every day. You don't even need to justify that. Just say your opinion. I don't know why DJF is so fucking pissy about it. Like, just let him say, "Hey, I believe this." He's calling in the whole crew behind you. DJF's ornery. He's ornery. All right, and I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna catch y'all later on a later stream when I'm definitely fresh, definitely well mannered, and definitely sharpened up. All right.
Yeah, no doubt.
Peace to both of you, my brothers. My brother. You know what I'm saying?
Peace, Pete.
Peace out, Pete. Appreciate you coming through, fam.
All right, I'll see y'all later, man.
All right, dog. Make the key. Man, see, there you go. You ready to give him the boot. No, but anyway, Pete, listen here, bro. I'm just telling you like this. I'm going to keep saying LDBC and all of those channels if I hear the exact same thing. So if coincidentally you come in here just off your own research and whatever else, you're not listening to their channels, you're coming up with this through your own mind. If it's the exact same thing, especially, I didn't put this live up because of you, P Boxing. See, this live said, now Tyson Fury is ducking Deontay Wilder. It wasn't because of you, fam. It didn't have anything to do with what you thought. Hold on, let me finish. It didn't have anything to do with what you thought, what you agreed on. It didn't have anything to do with any of that. I put this live up because of that idiot Boxing Ego. Okay? Now you come in here, even on your own research, saying the same dumb bullshit that Eagle is saying. You come in here saying the same dumb bullshit I heard for nonsense. Now, if you're saying the same exact bullshit that they're saying, whether you coming up with it or not, it's an LDBC narrative. Because that's where I got it from. I didn't get it from you. So I'm going to mention them because they said the same dumb bullshit.
Ego is not LDBC, by the way. I don't know.
I don't care. I heard LDBC members mimic that. You being one of them. Mimic the same bullshit that I heard from Ego. I didn't hear
the truth. Where the truth
from Ego.
Where the truth, man. Ego is
it ain't no fucking truth.
Ego is a Mexican. You know what I mean? He's a Latino. Just like El Jefe.
His race don't matter.
Salute. You know what I mean?
Race don't matter, Pete. Race don't matter. New media. I don't give a fuck. Race don't matter here. So stop bringing that bullshit.
We're not talking about race, though. We're not talking.
Okay, so why do I care what Ego is if he's Mexican? I don't care about
that's not race, though. That's not race is color. That's his country.
No, ethnic background or any of that. Pete, cut that bullshit out. I don't want to fucking hear it. That ain't fucking do that shit on your channel or the MXBC. I'm dead ass. It don't have shit to do with the boxing.
New media, though.
Just Fury and Wilder. Okay, I don't give a fuck. Chinese, Irish, I don't give a fuck, fam. Okay, I don't care what he is. The fact is, he came up with this stupid fucking narrative, and now I hear you guys repeating it. That's the facts, fam. That's the facts. It's a stupid fucking narrative, and there's none of y'all can validate Tyson Fury ducking Deontay Wilder. You can't validate that. Pete, appreciate you, Uncle Pete. That's all I want you to do. If you come up with a fucking narrative, validate it. Because if I come up with something, like when all of these idiots was coming here saying, you gotta call Teofimo a ducker, and I said, no, it has to do with Bob Arum, and I gave reasoning, and then it came out that I was exactly right. See, that's validating your opinion. But just to say Tyson Fury is ducking Wilder with no validation of it, it's idiotic. And I don't care what idiot led the charge. In my opinion, it was the idiot Boxing Ego that led the charge. Anybody else that follows behind that are following an idiot. Therefore, you idiots. Because now you can validate this bullshit.
Let me say one more thing, because I have to watch the England game, the soccer. But listen, all I'm saying, is like, when it comes to Wilder Fury, it's a heated debate, And I know what side I'm on, and I know what side you're on. You're on Fury's side, true and true out.
No, I'm not. I'm on boxing side. No, I'm on boxing side. Yeah, you on Wilder's side. I'm on the side of boxing.
I'm standing on my square, bro. I'm standing on my square.
Well, you on the side. You're picking the side. I'm picking the side of boxing.
I'm picking the side. Hell yeah, bro. I'm picking the side, bro.
Well, bullshit narrative doesn't go
on other people. When we talk about Teofimo Lopez, and like Lomachenko, we can have a conversation. But when it comes to that Wilder and Fury, like I believe what I believe. You know what I mean? Like anyone can believe what they want to believe. No one listen. The Fury fans, they're basically saying Fury is right, and I'm a Wilder fan. I'm saying Wilder is right. What's wrong with that? You know what I mean? They're standing on their square. I'm standing on my square.
Yeah, but you have no validity. I do. You've not validated that Fury is ducking today. Not at all. Ego hasn't validated it. BFTB, Fanon, none of those guys have validated Fury ducking. No one. I think Monty Brown silly ass said it too, and he comes on the channel. I gave him a rest, as a matter of fact. Yeah, none of y'all have validated Fury ducking this fight. None of you. So just validate it. Or come and validate it.
Like I said, Fury, Bob Arum, obviously Bob Arum is the mastermind behind this whole thing. Al Heyman, obviously they agreed on the second fight. Whoever wins is going to be, getting 60%. So Fury is going to be getting 60%, right? So he's the main guy. He's getting more money. You know what I mean? So he's the one that's going to decide. Yeah? He's the one that's going to decide. So he can easily say, look, I want to make this fight right now in December. Is Wilder ready? Yes or no?
He said that. He has already said that, and y'all motherfuckers ain't answering. But now Fury's ducking. That's the exact situation. Fury has said it over and over, and Wilder is not responding. And now Fury's ducking. This is why it's so fucking ridiculous what Ego is saying. Fury has said that, Pete. He has said that. Where you at, Yadosa? What's up? Here's the paperwork. Sign the fucking paperwork. Give us a date. Wilder's hiding, but Fury's ducking.
That's soft. That's soft, though. You know why? He's saying to IFL TV. No, this is serious stuff, man. You can't be talking to IFL TV to Kugan Cassius, yeah, telling him like, "Oh, where's Wilder?" No, we want you to talk to Bob behind the scenes and say, "Look, I want this fight right now." You understand me? If I don't get this fight now, drop contract is revoked. Simple as that. But guess what? He's getting told by Bob, "Listen, chill out, kid. Yeah." This fight is going to happen next year when we got the crowds back, when we're out of this pandemics, you know what I mean? So we can make this fight, in the radio stadium, so we can make a lot of money out of it. Do you know what I mean? The last gate, apparently they made about 16 million, you know what I mean? And this one, they want to make more on the gate. That's what it's about. It's about money, man. You know what I mean? And that's why I think Fury is ducking, and it's called some sort of duck because he doesn't want it right now. And if he wants it right now, let's get it. It's Fury is strong, bro. And I'm gonna go with this narrative. Nothing to do with the LWBC, nothing to do with ego. Don't take boxing. It's me. It's my opinion, my narrative.
You right along with them.
I gotta go. For the length of the sport. Stay safe. You know what I mean? Shout out to everyone, man. Peace, y'all.
All right, man. All right, Pete. Well, guys, y'all heard
Lopez all the way.
Yeah, damn sure right about that. We agree. Well, you guys heard it. The opposition. That there is the opposition. So at least one thing's for sure. What's up, Kong? Two things for certain. People can't tell me that it's not guys out there, it's not channels out there actually saying this tomfoolery. That's why I came with this damn live. Because it's actually happening. People are actually pushing this narrative now. And you guys heard it firsthand. And don't believe it's just him. Because once again, it came from that idiot, Boxing Eagle. This is where I first heard it surface from. Iron Cole, was it you that sent me that DM? I think it was my guy, BJ Freeman. Somebody sent me the DM about this nonsense. Was it you, Iron Cole?
No, it wasn't me.
And I think it was BJ Freeman sent it to me in the DM. And I was like, man, what the fuck, bro? This is the stupidest shit I ever heard.
I've been so much out of the loop, right? That I come back on, I'm really watching y'all videos and I'm seeing so the fight's really off. Like this dude been quiet so long, not saying nothing, his owner, Shelly Finkel, talking on his behalf as usual. You know what I'm saying? I remember you being on sometime, I forgot who it was, and got upset with you because you said, why are we not hearing from Wilder about this fight?
Right. I remember that.
Who was it again? Anyway.
Smoke ass.
Right. So he was well, why the hell are we not hearing from Wilder? Like, he's not saying nothing. And it's just Shelly Finkel talking. No, it's Bob Arum, and Bob Arum said clearly we had a contract, it expired. Shelly Finkel doesn't agree. whatever. It's like, yo, Deontay Wilder is in a position where, you know, he's talked so much shit about people, about how people are trash and they peasants. When Anthony Joshua lost, he put up this long ass paragraph. You know, when he was asked if Joshua will win, or Joshua is too weak minded and this and that, he'll lose again. He shouldn't have taken the fight. You lose your fight so bad and you gone into hiding. And you don't, and now here we go. The fight's officially off, and we still not hearing from you. You know what I'm saying? We still ain't hearing from this man. So it's like, you know, Deontay Wilder is a guy who, to me, I mean, I didn't have no respect for him for a long time. I don't have no respect for him now. You know what I'm saying? I really don't understand why we're not hearing from him. He should be speaking up. He's firing people that saving his life. You know, allowing Tyson Fury to just run roughshod over his name. Still not talking. Shelly Finkel talking on his behalf. None of this makes no sense. But I'm not surprised that there's this narrative out there because, you know, these people come to Deontay Wilder's rescue every time.
It's so stupid, though, you know, Colin, because, like, you have not heard the PBC side. Heyman, Finkel, and none of them say the fight off. Bob Arum hasn't said the fight off. Frank Warren says the fight's still happening. And then Suleiman just comes out and say the fight is still on. None of the fight's being delayed, and it's because of Wilder and them not coming to the plate, signing for a date or whatever. So the fight's being delayed. But no one said that the fight is off. Fury's going to take this next fight with Rivas or Valine or Ajit Kabayel, one of them, and it's just a stay busy fight. It has nothing to do with the fight being off. So my thing is, how can you be ducking a fight that has not been called off? They're going to step up the fight.
I'm saying, like, he needs to speak up and say something because it just seems so weak and, you know, out of his character.
I'm with you. Lee is with you too.
All that shit did. Remember, when Joshua lost, this man talked so much shit. So much shit. And it's like, after he lost, it's autopsy. You know, his bicep was torn. It's all sorts of shit. Now the fight's off. It's on Tyson Fury's team saying the contract is expired. Hey, man, look here. This is just ridiculous. You know what I'm saying?
Walter Mitty, I agree. Fury took his soul. Yeah, he did, bro. Took his soul. Took his heart.
Goddamn shame.
Took that man heart away. Jay Jones. One thing Finkel says something completely. Yeah, it's like this dude's a role. He's like Bob Arum, Shelly Finkel. They'll contradict themselves in a minute. Bob Arum's full of shit too. You have people's opinions and research, which are just right. Yeah, I swear, bro. That's the thing, true son. Like research it. Just like I say, all of this information that Iron Cone and I bring forth, y'all can get it too. Not you guys, but these idiots out here. You see, you can get the same information that Iron Cone and I get. This is plenty of places, different articles, different videos. You guys can pick it up. You know, it's out there for all of us. All you gotta do is just go get it. Well, stop listening to these stupid fucking narratives. It's like you punt onto a channel. This moron ego says this, and then everybody else, yeah, he's ducking Wilder. Like, where'd you get that?
Crazy. Like,
just tell me how that works.
How Tyson Fury gonna duck easy money? Duck easy money,
bro. It's easy money, and a lot of it. He's not gonna get the same money fighting no fucking Otto Valine or Oscar Rivas. He's not gonna get the type of money he's gonna get fighting Wilder. So why would he duck more money just to go whip your ass again?
Man, get out of here, man. I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked that there's this narrative. I don't watch some other channels. I try not to because, you know, I came from them channels years ago when I first came around YouTube boxing communities. And after a while, anybody with sense will realize these dudes ain't shit. They ain't got no information. They're making shit up. You know what I'm saying?
They got all the information. They creating this bullshit with the information they got. They read all the shit we read, Arco. And this is what they come out with, this tomfoolery, just to satisfy their Wilder lovers. Jeff says, honestly, I feel bad for Wilder too because Myron Magnus, I can't remember, it wasn't Myron Magnus, it was someone else, but no, it was Punch Drunk Boxing. They making Wilder look weak. All of his fans, all of these channels doing this dumb shit. Y'all making Wilder look weak, like a real bitch.
Man, Wilder making himself look weak because again,
Yeah, he ain't helping.
He again, he's talked so much about people, and we said this when he first lost, that he's in a position where he has to take the rematch. Because if he doesn't take the rematch, as you said, he'll come off as being weak. And it's like, okay, Wilder, what's up, man? Are you injured or not? If you're injured, say you're injured, and let Tyson Fury move on. Because if you knew you were injured before that, let's say he's injured with the bicep, honestly injured. We know he's a frail dude and he gets injured fast. Cool. Then you should have said that early, very early, that I'm not going to be able to meet the rematch. And then let Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua go ahead and fight. They could have, Bob Arum would have told Kuba, pull it to step aside. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But now you hear you dragging this shit on. Shelly Finkel is your mouthpiece, talking on your behalf. You, who was never shy around no cameras. Deontay Wilder has never been shy around cameras. Always got something to say about somebody else. Now Mr. Wilder is nowhere to be seen. That's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying?
It's retarded, man. These guys, dog. I don't know, bro. If I hear these narratives, I'm just gonna come out and talk about it live and break them down. And I hopefully one of these days, which I doubt it, but hopefully one of these days, these idiots like Eagle or fucking Blue Blood or BFTB for non, because it's nothing but a click of the link. These idiots sit up here and listen. This is how you know they're cowards. You know they're cowards. And I say it because I just feel like they're cowards. We're just talking boxing here. This is it. We all go around to each other's channel. I've been on their channels before. I've seen them go all around to different channels. I've seen Blue Blood on different channels. I've seen Fanon on different channels. I've seen BFTB, even Ego. I've seen them on different channels, right? That means your motherfuckers could come here and click this link. You could click this link. You're not a superstar. We're YouTubers, okay? You're not fucking Tom Hanks or fucking Samuel L. Jackson. This is not you guys. You're not that. You're not super. You can come fucking click this link and talk about it. But they don't. If this is your narrative, if this is what you believe in, and I'm sitting here telling the truth, and I'm telling you, come talk to me, right? Like I've come to you guys' channel. You can come click this fucking link. Okay, I don't know what your freaking listeners think you are, but the 200 or 300 of them that listen on the live, you're no fucking superstar. If you was, you would probably have 20, 30,000 that they listening to. But you're not that. You're a regular man. So come click this link and come talk to me. But no, they send their stooge. No, I'm not even going to call them that. They don't send no stooge. But Pete Boxing comes over here with his own, gutso, and he spews their narratives. No, let those, that's why I be telling Pete, because Pete cool with me. I don't mind him coming over here giving his opinion. But let those idiots come over here with that narrative. Don't try to defend it for them, Pete, because you're going to lose every time, like you usually do. Because I break down their bullshit, and I'm waiting for BFT, coward, Fanon, coward, Ego, coward, Dante, coward. I'm waiting for any of them to come over here and click the link so that I can bury them on their stupid narrative since they created. But here comes along Pete Boxing. He wants to take up for these morons. Or, I guess he sees it the same way. What dude? Spare yourself. So let BFTB come out of that fucking hole he called a graveyard and don't click this link. Shout out to Money Brown, right? Because Money Brown and I, we don't agree on everything. But Money Brown comes and sits in the fucking live, bro. And he don't fucking hide. He making known he's here sometimes. Sometimes you have to shout out, say, yeah, whatever, D, or I agree with that or whatever. But I know that Monty Brown is here. So I told people, when we was going back and forth, I have no fucking problem with Monty Brown. He got a wrench over here now. I don't care. But at least he comes over here. He will click the link. He's clicked the link before. These idiots fucking make up these narratives and hear me calling them out. Don't think they don't know. Don't think they don't know. They fucking know. Bruce, he's another one.
Yeah, I've said, D, chill, champ. They're already dead. D stomping on the carcass.
Yeah, man. You're right, AL.
D stomping
on the carcass. I closing thoughts because I need to go do something anyway.
Man, ain't much no closing thoughts. Man. I just came around y'all videos and I saw y'all talking about this fights off. I'm like, you bullshitting me? Deontay Wilder can't possibly be this weak to not take this rematch after all that shit he talked about other people. You got Shelly Finkel talking on your behalf, just like he did when whoever it was asked you why you didn't take the $100 million, and Shelly was like, I'll talk about the business, Wilder. And you had to shut the F up and let that white man speak on your behalf. I don't want to hear nothing from Deontay. He better take this rematch. That man is a joke. He can't be that weak. And with that, y'all have a nice day. Peace and power.
Yeah, man. Well, I will say this. I agree with that. Appreciate you coming through, Iron Call. You know you're always welcome, brother. And guys, you know what? You're right. All of you guys are right. D Red Line. No, Timmy Nealon, your brother. What's good? He said Bob Farley talking franchise now. Contract expire. Bob wants undisputed before Fury contract runs out. Yeah. Yeah, bro. It could be a lot of that, Timmy. That's a good point. But just this Fury ducking, Wilder guys, y'all already know. I can't let stuff like that ride. Even if it was the other way around, right? Even if it was the other way around. If it can't be validated, then I wouldn't go for it. It's just that simple. So hit the likes, motherfuckers. Like my man Iron Call said, hey, hit that like, because YouTube bashing me up. So I do appreciate it when you guys hit the like and share it. And Fury ain't ducking no damn Wilder. I'm closing out with that. Y'all know how I always end this thing. For the love of sports, let's talk about it. Peace.